And we're back on the podcast.
Ever.
Thank you, Greg. I think you'll be a little bit jealous of me right now. Guess what I'm having?
Jelly beans?
Nope. Is that really what you'd be jealous of right now?
Yeah.
Really? No, I'm eating lamb.
Oh. I am jealous.
Care? Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, let's go. I have some lamb and some
Ground?
rice.
Ground or like...
Not ground.
So what is it?
I mean, it's not really like a chop, is it? It's like that thing with the T-bone in it.
The lamb T-bones, yeah.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Lamb T-bones.
That's not what it's called.
That's what they were called on the menu of the place I got it at.
Well, anyway, that's what I'm eating.
I'm eating I already said I was.
I was wondering if the T-bone aspect of it would change anything.
A little bit.
Okay. But better or worse?
Definitely better.
That's good. That's good.
Not really.
What do you mean?
Anyway, I've got my staple dessert, my cup cookie with some halal vanilla ice cream and some agave nectar on top, which is a surprisingly great combo.
You said this was vanilla ice cream with agave nectar and what?
On top of a cookie.
Oh, I see. The mug cookie.
Correct.
All right, guys. So I'm still chewing this lamb over here. This is a pre-Halloween stream that we got here. You see, I titled it pretty accurately. You guys can tell what this is. Pre-Halloween stream because we'll be out clubbing. I mean, of course, right?
Yes.
I mean, why else would we be doing it a day early in the week? You know, on a Wednesday rather than a Thursday.
Quite unorthodox.
Do we like being unorthodox?
I mean, personally, I still think that. What?
Well, you took a second to answer it, so I was like, I was hoping you'd answer
that. You cut me off in the middle of it.
Then you started talking as I was saying that. What?
Whatever. Anyway, personally, it's not bad to be orthodox. But it's also, you know, because orthodox, it's pretty good, but, you know, there are better things out there.
Like what? You being quiet is going to make me say the N-word.
What?
You having that long ass pause right there without saying
swallowing.
Anything. Pause. It's going to make me say the N-word over here.
I said Pythagoreanism.
The shit with triangles?
It's more than that.
What is it, a logical framework?
It's a philosophical system.
I'm just familiar with the triangles, I'll be real with you.
L.
Okay, well, explain it for the viewers. Explain it for the viewers at home that don't know what Pythagoreanism is.
Well, no, I'm chewing, so give it a sec.
Oh my God. Here we go. Okay, whatever, Greg. We're going to skip you for now because I was going to ask you how you're doing and all that. Here you are chewing your ass off. You know, we can't tell when you're going to talk again. You know, I'm done with you right now, Greg. I'm done with you right now, Greg. I'm done with you right now, Greg.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Dead air.
Anyway, Pythagoreanism is like a prototype. Yeah, prototype to Platonism. It's very mystical, and it centers around numbers.
It's good that it's a precursor to Platonism?
Yes and no. Like, no, because Platonism is kind of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, because I'd rather a mystical Greek philosophy as opposed to a mystical foreign philosophy.
You talking about like the Asians?
I was talking about orthodoxy. This is what that's
You don't.
what started this convo.
Okay. 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 So here we are. It's almost Halloween.
Here we are. Halloween.
Yes. That's what I just said.
That is what you said.
This is what I get for saying I wanted you to talk more.
Yeah.
Then you start repeating everything I say.
I'm not repeating. I'm a hype man.
Okay. Thank you, actually, then.
You're welcome.
I need you to go off and make your own music, rapping about a Nutri-Grain bar and a Mountain Dew.
That sounds like a horrible combination.
Mountain Dew. Huh?
That sounds like a pretty horrible combination.
That's what Klaus likes, man.
Who the fuck is Klaus?
You know Klaus.
I don't.
You don't know what? You don't know Klaus?
No.
Come on, the context there with that should have given it to you.
Oh, that is a horrible impression.
What? You think my impression of Klaus is horrible?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give it to you. I didn't work on it much, but
You did not. Evidently.
I thought it was a good joke there. Here's something for you. Here's one on for size. Here's one to give them a throwback, because forget about Halloween right now. Actually, no, don't forget about it, because you know what?
Yeah,
I actually want to talk about something that happened just yesterday. Huh?
Don't forget about that.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so yesterday, don't forget about Halloween this year. Yesterday, I was at Target, right? Guess what happened to me at Target? I was walking there at Target. Chips? I didn't get no chocolate chips.
Oh.
Okay. But guess what happened to me at Target?
You got assaulted by a woman.
I wish. Now, here's what happened. I wish she would have tried me. I don't know what kind of assault we mean here. If you mean like a physical assault, then I guess I wish a bitch would have tried, because I would have. Never mind.
Yeah.
But the other kind of assault, I wish a bitch would have tried, because. Anyway. Here's what happened to me at Target. I was walking past the Halloween section. Now, I'm just looking at what they have there, seeing, is there anything I can use to get ready for the festivities? Correct. And it's kind of barren, their Halloween section at this point. Halloween is tomorrow, by the way, again, guys. Their section's already barren. It's already not really stocked anymore. And then half of it is actually only Halloween now. The other half, it actually transitions as you start walking past it. It becomes Christmas.
Let's go.
What do you mean, let's go? It's not even Halloween.
Hold on. Listen, but it's the most wonderful time of the year.
But you can't skip Halloween. You can't skip Thanksgiving. How are you going to put Christmas things up so early?
Okay, let's be honest here. Nobody gives a shit about Thanksgiving.
I mean, we've had to talk about the turkey, where it's kind of a mid food, but the Thanksgiving Day, I mean, there's been a wonder to it. You don't think?
No.
Never?
No. When I was younger, I was convinced that there was a wonder to it. Now I'm just sitting at home all day waiting for a family member to make food, and it's usually kind of mid.
Well, then you need good Thanksgiving food.
This year,
in my college days,
this year's going to be great.
In my college days, we did have sort of our own cooking before going back home, and that was better, if anything, the food there.
Right? Yeah. Is that like a thing where you're just better than your parents at cooking? Is that like consistent?
It has to be, because that food was so much better. I would seriously like feel like I needed more food than I've ever eaten at home,
I gotta see
if I can load up those plates. Huh?
I got to see if I can make meatloaf better. That will be the ultimate test.
I've never had a meatloaf at Thanksgiving.
Well, I mean in general.
Well, I made a meatloaf not too long ago. I used rice flour though.
Oh yeah, you do need flour for that.
Yeah, I used rice flour, white rice. I made my own white rice flour.
White rice?
I think I needed a processor that would make it more fine. It wasn't super like grainy, but it was still a little too grainy for my liking. I don't have a grainer that does it so fine. Even the coffee grinder really
You should have used masa.
doesn't do it. Huh?
You should have used masa.
I wanted white rice flour. I wanted to try it.
And you failed.
But also masa, it has, I mean, I guess if you're using just a little bit, it doesn't have as much of a flavor. It's just, every time I make something with flour, I don't want to taste corn necessarily.
I mean, I just ate that cookie and I put a shit ton of masa in it. It just tastes like a regular cookie.
But see, the chocolate masks the corn flavor. So when I made brownies, that would be the same case.
Does it? Well, yeah, you don't want to do the brownies. Then you move on to coconut
No, it would mask the corn flavor in the brownies. It would actually make good brownies.
Yeah, but brownies are overrated.
Ah, come on.
Brownies are shit.
You're just a hater. Overall, every time we're talking about something, you just gotta hate,
Listen, man. Listen, I'm not the god of this world. I don't decide what is and isn't shit. I'm just the messenger. You can't shoot the messenger.
And your message is always correct.
Correct.
Well, come on. You've been wrong about things before.
Nope.
Well, that's just a lie.
Nope. Prove it. I
just didn't realize a potential answer that would have led me to a greater solution. With the information I had the greatest solution.
Rice flour?
Always. No, I'm just saying this is your thought process.
Wait, what?
With the information I have at the present, I'm currently making the absolute best decisions. With further information, I perhaps could come to an even greater conclusion. But my conclusion right now is the greatest, and people must listen unless they have more information.
I don't think they must listen. They can listen, or they can or they can, do their own choices, which will lead to their own destruction.
True.
So yeah, it's about accurate.
So I mean, like, they don't really have to listen, but I mean, they kind of have to listen. Because
honestly, I would prefer they didn't listen, because a lot of the things are based on resources and information that is, how do we say, clandestine. And when that stuff becomes more well known, the resources and or info get either artificially or as a result of the market suppressed.
I see.
So
yeah,
I'm scheming over here. I'd be a devious guy.
On the one hand, there's the aspect where, popularizing it may make it so that you have easier access and more of it and cheaper. On the other hand, it's like, huh?
It could. I just don't think in like a regular normal market society that would be the case. But considering this is not a normal market society and it's heavily controlled, I do not believe that will be the case.
Yeah, this was like Siete brand. They make like avocado oil fried stuff, which, even so, it's like that's not optimal. But
it's not.
They got obtained by some larger company, now that they're more popular. And so that company's probably, I forgot which company it was. Let me check real quick to see what company it was. Yeah, PepsiCo is acquiring tortilla chip maker Siete Foods for $1.2 billion. So you already know they're going to mess shit up. They're going to take that from being, aside from the avocado oil being fried and all that, whatever, that's still better, at least. Now it's going to be probably, how you say, yeah, let's just leave it at that.
It took me a while.
Yeah, usually you could like say it, but we're live, and I don't want to say something that you would be like, oh, we have to cut that out, because then you can't cut it out.
Yeah,
exactly. Over. Let's just say, yeah, I don't even know if I should say that. I don't even know if I should give a hint. Yeah, let's just skip past that.
Yeah. If they know, they know.
If you know, you know. Oh my god, that lamb is so nice.
By the way, speaking of Pepsi, it's unfortunate that they're in aluminum cans, but the what is it? Soda Shop brand or line of Pepsi has basically the same ingredients as a Mexican Coke.
Yeah, I saw that. I've been known about that, as the blacks say.
Oh, okay. I see. You think you're bigger than me? You think you're better than me?
I've been known about that, man.
But yeah, that'd be like a good alternative because it's probably cheaper than the Mexican Cokes too.
So Jim Guy, when I went to his house, I tried one. Because his mom had made like, well, she kind of left it in the fridge, I guess, but like she's like, "Oh, do you want some food?" And it was like a burger and an egg. I was like, "I want some carbs with this." I saw he had a Pepsi left, and I'm like, "Hey, can I have this?" It was the last one. He's like, "Yeah, sure."
When was this?
That was months ago.
This is before my return.
Yeah.
I see. I never met his mom.
Yeah, that matter.
She nice?
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. You apparently think it's okay for Christmas sections to appear before Halloween?
Wow, that took several turns before you brought it all the way back around.
We have to get back on the topic of Halloween.
When you come back. Yeah, that's what it was. It's an LA and Fur track. Pretty good one too. Anyway, yeah, because it's the most wonderful time of the year.
And so, should there be Christmas in July?
No. Now you're infringing upon another joyous time of the year when the sun is scalding hot, all the poofinated NPCs.
Since when do you see anybody celebrating Christmas in July? I've only seen this in media.
Does Australia count? Because it's like summer weather at the time?
No.
Okay. I only knew it from that one Phineas and Ferb episode.
Yeah, and also like they did it in the Looney Tunes show.
Well,
I don't know what you said. They did it in the Looney Tunes show.
The Diddy Tune show?
The Looney Tunes show. Oh. Also, we're doing that thing again in Family Guy where they start a podcast up and they're just like, oh, my bad. I don't know if that was when they started a podcast or if that was when they were just sitting at the bar. I think Joe just kept doing it to people. I think it was Quagmire or Cleveland or both. Probably just Quagmire.
I was going to say, that boosts my point. The fact that people want Christmas in the summer, that's how wonderful a time it is.
But it shouldn't override at least Halloween. I mean, that's too far in my opinion.
I do enjoy Halloween.
Yeah, it should not overtake Halloween. It could overtake Thanksgiving. I could see that argument now. I get your point. But
nobody gives a shit about Thanksgiving.
But it really honestly, shouldn't overtake Halloween. You have to wait until Halloween's over.
Christmas is like an upgraded Thanksgiving anyway. Because you have the big meal. You have multiple big meals, depending on how your household is run. Plus, you get a month, at least a month, of jolliness everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And presents.
Why is there really even Thanksgiving anymore?
I mean, I don't want it to go away.
Well, I'm just saying, it's not like I'm saying, get rid of it. I'm just wondering, do people like it as much as they used to?
I don't think they do. I think it's been like the Columbus Day thing where it's been poisoned because of that shit. And now it's like not okay to like it.
So that means you should.
I don't even see. I think I remember a while ago where you used to see like Thanksgiving decorations in stores, but I don't think I've seen that in any time in the recent few years.
No, it's always overtaken by Christmas.
Christmas or Halloween, yeah.
Yeah, they just overlap at this point, like I'm saying. My point about Thanksgiving is more so it seems, exactly. It seems more like there's not as much enthusiasm as there used to be. So I'm wondering, like, if people don't even care about it anyway, it's not really that I want it gone. It's just more like, if you're only going to do it like half-heartedly, do you really want to do it?
No.
Exactly. Like it kind of ruins it for me,
Like people kind of see it as like an obstacle. It's like, okay, we're at Thanksgiving. Now we can go to Christmas type thing.
Yeah, that makes me less enthusiastic about it.
I like the idea of it. It's just the food kind of sucks.
Do you think the food being better could revive it as a holiday where people actually care about it again? If we change the turkey for brisket or something?
No, I don't think it would, because there's technically no rules on what you have to eat
Well,
anyway.
I'm talking about making new staples, upgrading it. How about Thanksgiving music? I mean, people always have talked about that. Why is there no Thanksgiving song?
That's a good question, actually.
I think that's what killed it. You need the music. You need better food. I mean, put that in and people will care again.
Do you think that would work with Columbus Day?
Better music, better food. I mean, make a Columbus Day song. There actually is no Columbus Day song. You're right.
Yeah, that's actually a valid point. I didn't even think of that.
We could get a Matt Stone, Trey Parker. They'll do it.
Didn't they do something like that?
I don't know.
That sounds familiar.
I'm just thinking about their James Cameron song. His name is James Cameron. James Cameron. It's a good song.
I keep thinking of the Jackin' in San Diego track.
All right. Here's one thing for you. I guess talking a little bit more about Halloween again.
Oh shit! Wait, we never revealed the profile pictures.
Oh, yeah, we've been on here for like 20 minutes. Yeah, you're right.
Hold on.
Imagine we just never had them.
We very likely could have. Let's see. How do I do this again? I always forget how to do this shit. There we go.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
True.
It's accurate.
I mean, they got her from that Disney show. She was a plant since that point. They groomed her.
I mean, yes.
Apparently I was reading about Victorious, because like there's like these points where they're kind of acting a little like touchy-feely with each other on set, like the actors.
Yeah.
And what people were saying is apparently in Jeanette McCurdy's book about Dan Schneider, the iCarly cast and Victoria's cast were both offered alcohol on set, but the Victoria's cast would accept it and the iCarly cast wouldn't.
Victoria's
Dan was really trying to
like
some of them. I mean, we already knew that.
Cast seemed like they were a bit older, but I think that might have just been the setting that they were in. Like,
I think he probably waited until they were of age at the iCarly one,
What?
To at least give them the alcohol,
What?
I think Dan Schneider waited until they were of age to offer them that.
How old were they in the show? Or how old were they when they were on the show?
But at the end of it, probably of age.
How long
they got old.
For?
Huh?
How long did it go for?
For a while.
Because they looked like they were like 15 in the first season.
Yeah, they were really young in the first season. The iCarly one, at least. Victorious,
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Little...
Like Victorious, they didn't seem that young, from what I recall, which admittedly was a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Could you look that up?
Yeah, actually, let me see if I can find it.
Guys, I'm still eating my lamb over here.
I opened a Mexican Coke.
Takes a while to chew it.
It's good, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You might have overcooked it, by the way.
No.
Yes.
It's still like reddish inside.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but I'm saying it still takes a while to chew.
Never had that issue.
It doesn't feel like I'm done chewing yet.
You're supposed to chew, what was it, like 170 times or something like that?
I mean, that's fair. That takes a little bit.
Oh my god. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna Google it. Fucking Wikipedia is useless.
I'm also not like chomping down on it really fast. I'm a slow chewer. I'm a slow eater. People are always waiting on me to finish my food.
They're usually waiting on me because whenever I'm eating in a social area, I'm usually talking a lot, so then I don't eat as fast. Okay,
and you question me when I'm on the show eating why I don't finish.
Miranda Cosgrove was 14 years old when iCarly originally aired on Nickelodeon. But does it say how old she is at the end?
Just look up when iCarly finished and do the math.
Oh.
Is that really that much of a chore?
Yeah, it is.
How is that much of a chore?
Bro, you don't get it.
Okay. She was 15 when it started, you said?
14.
14. When did iCarly start and when did it end?
Wait. No. That was that's here we go. No, yeah, she was 14. Okay.
When did iCarly start? When did it end?
2007.
It started.
Yes.
When did it end?
Let's see. Shit. Okay, hold on.
Bro.
2012. So 5
that wasn't
years.
on for long. Then she was only 19 at the time.
Yeah.
So maybe he just offered alcohol to them anyway at that age. I don't know.
They probably would have been into it at that point.
They'd have been like, "Oh, he got the good stuff." No, but on iCarly, they apparently didn't take it. So, but yeah, I mean, I guess being of age doesn't really, mean that Dan Schneider's going to wait for that even to offer them something like that. Even though, I guess he was just kind of like, Nickelodeon, I bring you so much money. What are you going to do about it?
They're owned by Paramount too.
Well, that was a later acquisition, I believe.
Was it?
Was it not?
No, I'm pretty sure they've always been owned by Paramount. Because even the SpongeBob movie, it's owned by Paramount.
The original.
Yeah. No, not that garbage they came out with later.
Did you watch the other ones?
There's multiple.
I watched. Well, did they not come out with more than one 3D animated movie? I watched The Sponge Out of Water.
I thought that was the only one.
Was that not it? Was that the only one? I feel like there must have been more than one. Did it just do so bad in theaters? I feel like people watch that.
Maybe. That was a while ago.
Let's see, SpongeBob movies. I'm going to look up SpongeBob movies.
Hold on. I got it. Hold on.
Ruining me.
Got it.
You're taking my...
Wait, here we go.
Job.
When the series first premiered in its first season in 2010, Victoria Justice was 17.
Oh, that's what you're looking up? I was looking up SpongeBob movies.
Yeah, and then she was 19 when it finished.
So there was another SpongeBob movie after SpongeBob Out of Water called Sponge on the Run, which was also 3D animated. That came out in 2021. And then there's another SpongeBob movie coming out in 2025 called the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants. Squirts for SquarePants is what I said. They also had Netflix spinoffs. Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie, came out in August of 2024. That looks like complete shit from the poster.
It just sounds like complete shit from the concept.
That was a Netflix spinoff. I mean, Netflix does a lot of like shit on the side. They'll always have
really fascinating just how consistently Netflix spinoffs are garbage.
And then they're gonna have Plankton in the movie in 2025.
They can't just focus on the show.
I don't know. If it's a musical, I'll watch it.
Only if it's Glorb.
I'll watch Plankton sing. Yes, if Glorb has the end credits, just like the Living Tombstone got at the end of Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie.
What?
Yeah, the Living Tombstone that made like that one Five Nights at Freddy's song. Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where you want to be. I just don't get it. Something like that.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know that song?
Nope.
We're just poor little souls who have lost all control. Something, you know. Somebody made a Five Nights at Freddy song years ago. This was like middle school, and you know, for me at least. But here's the thing. Oh, we have Mr. Humvee over here asking, "Is this live?" Guess what? Do you know if we're live now? Anyway, so here's the thing. Yeah, the Living Tombstone made a Five Nights at Freddy song, right? That's the thing. And so they put it at the end of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie that just came out like last year. Around this time last year.
You said that didn't suck?
Yo! Pause.
He's making a Trump reference.
I'm gonna come. Do not come. Oh, we could talk about that too. Forgot about talking about that. But anyway, here's the thing. Forget about the Living Tombstone. Forget about Five Nights at Freddy's. They made an orchestral version of it, which was pretty cool, I guess. But here's the thing. Halloween, right? Because we got to get back to Halloween, man. I want to talk about this. What were your favorite candies when you were trick-or-treating? What?
Oh, nothing.
You're always saying something when I'm talking. You're always talking under me.
Because that's, I don't know. I always do that. That's
but you know, the problem is when I'm talking, I can't hear that.
Well, maybe you should stop talking when I start talking.
You want me to stop what I'm already saying when you start talking?
That's usually how it works when I do that.
That is not right.
Says who?
Says me. The guy on this show.
I mean, what credibility?
I'm the guy from the show.
Med Pork?
Yeah, I'm the guy from the show.
Is that a Seinfeld thing?
No. It was just exaggerating.
Oh, it sounded like you're going for a Jerry there.
No, I don't think Jerry's ever said something like that, you know? Maybe he has. Maybe when he meets people and you know, he expects them to treat him right. And they're like, who even are you? He's like, I'm the guy from the show.
See, that was not that far from what you were saying beforehand.
And people will know who it is because he's Jerry, you know? Well, I mean, maybe they won't, but he'll expect them to. I
like how Larry David tried that and like Curb Your Enthusiasm, and it just never worked.
Oh, well, he kind of did just say that, didn't he? You know, he's kind of like, I'm the guy from the show. I'm the guy from the show.
Seinfeld, you know? No,
you know that really. Show, right? Seinfeld. I'm Larry David. I created it. I was the guy in the cape.
That was a pretty great one, too.
I was the lawyer. You know me. I'm the lawyer. Of course I'm the lawyer.
You're putting a little too much New York in that.
Yeah, a little.
You got to like
he's a little sprinkle.
Ease up on the New York and like really crank the Jewish, you know?
Of course I'm the lawyer.
Okay. Ease up on the Jewish a bit. Now you're going too hard on that.
That was like all Jewish, no New York.
Yeah.
it just did like a 180 there. Okay. Oh my God! Look at what Humvee's saying over here. The last Halloween I participated in, I saw a couple fucking. Where?
Couple fucking what?
Yeah, well, I think you should be able to tell what's going on there. But yeah, where? Let's see. New York, like the Indian guy, huh?
You don't remember
the smear of poop?
No.
Oh, the guy from. Okay, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get a smear of poop.
I thought that's what he was talking about. You know, I put New York and Indian together. Instantly go to smear of poop.
You know what? Give me a pipe and porter, John.
I just saw a poop fight on Instagram in India. Did you see that?
Is that what that one guy posted?
I don't know. I sent you a poop fight on Instagram, and it was like people like throwing it at each other.
Say it like that.
What do you mean?
Don't say it like that. I sent you a poop fight on Instagram.
Okay, well, I sent you a video from my Instagram Reels feed, and it was like people like taking poop and flinging it like it's a food fight
in India.
I mean, to them, it's probably food.
in India.
They were on the street going to town.
Yeah, that's like a festival.
I didn't send
that's
you
like
the
a
poop
religious
fight?
thing.
Oh my god, I didn't send it to you?
Oh, were you talking to him? Or me?
Well, I was talking to you, but I didn't send it to him? That's crazy.
Oh. Wow, you're
I need to send
lacking.
you that poop fight. Unless they deleted it.
The poop fight is it's a religious thing. It's cow shit.
Oh, so like this is yearly or what?
I assume so. I haven't looked too much into it, but it's like an actual thing. It's like a festival where they throw
It's
shit around their roof.
It's that sounded what did that sound like? That sounded like Russian.
I think you would need to roll your Gureli?
No, Diwali.
Dawali?
It's for the Diwali. We throw the poop.
Diwali.
We started the poop. I mean, unfortunately, we want to use it all at once, but we have to save it.
Hold on. I wanna get some deeds on the couple fucking what couple fucking
I'm interested to hear about that. While we wait, what were your favorite candies trick-or-treating as a kid?
It's unfortunate, but it's actually weird because I didn't actually like it that much. I tricked myself into thinking that I like Snickers as like my favorite candy bar, and like every time I eat it, I'd be like, this is just a lot of like not great stuff in one thing.
Yeah, I never loved Snickers.
Yeah, it's just kind of annoying. Now, there was a time where I did enjoy the corn of candy.
Yep.
Now I've recently, well, not recently, but relatively recently, become aware of my sins, and I have repented.
You think it's that bad?
People hate candy corn, man.
I don't.
Really?
I don't.
I mean, I was gonna say I kind of get why they hate it now, but at the time, not really.
I mean, taste-wise, it's not terrible.
It's okay. I mean, it does have a very peculiar taste. I don't know what's going on with that.
If you gave me a small bag of candy corn and told me this is like, there's no like slop in this, I'd eat it.
I think by definition it has to.
No, I mean, if it was like, what did they even make it from other than sugar?
Corn syrup. It's candy corn. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I thought it was just because it was shaped like that. It has to be made out of
I don't know what they put in there, but there's something that makes it taste very distinct, and I don't know what that is.
I still don't think it tastes that
bad. Typically, my favorite thing was like Sour Patch Kids and shit like that, like the actual confectionery. I never really cared for the chocolate too much. Like I ate it, but like whenever I got a chocolate, I was like, "Yeah, this is all right." But I'm looking for more like sour shit.
You may think this is well, first of all, you're gonna say, of course, this is the case, but at the same time, you may disagree with this being an actual like good candy or anything. But the Hershey's bars, I used to love getting those.
Oh man,
I was just watching. Do you not want any spoilers for? It's not really a big spoiler, but season 3 of Fish Tank.
I would prefer.
It's like a one-off joke, and it's not even that big of a deal.
It live?
I'm watching a guy that's like putting the clips together and talking about them.
Oh, like a video essay?
Mm-hmm. There's a guy that does it daily.
God damn.
Yeah, so like I've already watched the first 2 days of it summarized. It's really funny, by the way. I mean, I don't know if you want to know the premise or not, at least. Like not anything about the characters or anything like that or anything that happens.
Yeah, I know. I saw the trailer, Famous House.
Okay. Dude, that was incredible, right? Dude, I saw it yesterday.
The contestants don't look like they're chronically online this time.
It's so good. Bro, it's so funny to me that like they're basically just taking these people because like I remember Sam talking about the premise being this and he wanted to do that, but I love how they executed it. They're like, yeah, we just want to get these people who just desperately want to be famous. They're just normal people, well, NPCs, but they're the type of people you see on reality shows, and they actually do end up getting one guy. He's not known or anything. This is why I'm just saying it anyway. He was from some other show like Big Brother or something, and they brought him on too. So it's actually like there are people that have been on these sorts of shows before that they're bringing on. Not a known guy or anything, but I guess I won't talk about why he's important at all.
He's not a made man. He's not a made man.
Made man?
You don't know what a made man is?
Made man. No.
Okay, moving on.
But anyway, the thing here is it's like incredibly funny how serious they're taking it when they're telling them to do things for the camera, like because they just think, hey, this is a reality show. Like, you know, that's I got to be acting like I'm on one of them. And so they just I can't wait for the surprise because it's been a couple days. They haven't like revealed everything to people yet. Like, you know, they're really almost still clueless, but I'm not going to really talk about it on here. Of course, I don't want to spoil it for you, but when it happens, but I know I'm going to love that reveal so much.
Yeah, I'm still on season 2.
Yeah, there's this guy like it's like Cucumber Feed or something is his name, and he does the. I watched his like video essays on season 1, season 2. Not really interested in the blood games or whatever it was.
What?
They do like a mid season like sort of like outdoor games.
For like it's separate from
They're like
the
role playing outdoors, and there's like vampires and stuff. They're
but it's
doing
like
like
its own thing.
I guess they're doing like paintball or something with it, or they were. They already finished that.
It's like its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, they're characters from the. I mean, like you know, people from the other. They get the fish that have been previously there. That's the premise.
I see.
But I don't really have much of an interest in watching the video essays on it. Not really what I'm coming for.
Pause. You know, Ariana Grande is pretty overrated.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I've been staring for like the past 30 minutes at this photo of the Victorious cast. It's not even all of them. It's just like, what, 6 of them? And she's like the least attractive of the main 3. Four
Yeah.
women.
Hold on. I gotta go take a shit. Entertain the viewers.
Are you serious? God damn it. All right. So Halloween's coming up. We've got lots of festivities happening. But you know what the most important festivity is? It's not the candy, and it's not, I don't know, the costumes are, well, costumes are pretty important, but it's not that. It is, of course, the real reason the holiday exists, which is the one night bender, or maybe 2 nights, depending on how you celebrate. Um, time honored tradition. I'm pretty sure that's like an ancient thing too. You get plastered, and then it's like an excuse for like hedonism and shit. It's pretty great. That's also another reason why people don't care that much about Thanksgiving. It's wholesome, but without the jolliness of Christmas. You can, like the jolly to wholesome ratio. Well, not ratio, but you need to have a certain amount of jolliness along with the wholesomeness. And then Thanksgiving just doesn't have that. Whereas Halloween's the complete opposite. No jolliness, spookiness, which could be considered an opposite of jolliness, plus hedonism. That's what makes it great. So, this season of Halloween, have yourselves a spooky, hedonistic time. Yeah. But, you know, as is tradition, the candy and the costumes are a part of it. As a good Peter, uh unfortunately, well, fortunately, I don't know. Candy will not be on the menu for me. So what I will be doing is drinking drinking and then also drinking the assigned Pete official recognized beverages such as Mexican Coke and a regular Red Bull. None of that sugar-free shit. Maybe even a Pepsi if I'm feeling it. Although they do kind of taste worse than Coca-Cola. But yeah, that's the way to go. Nice mix of sugar and alcohol as is tradition, even though not entirely peaty. But you make sacrifices here and there. Not like in a Christmas way, not in the jolly way. But yeah, that's the plan, and I hope you people here uh have something similar planned. I really can't believe you just took a shit like that. You need to give a nigga some warning for that. But yeah. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's another thing. Why is Halloween a confectionery thing? Why can't it be cookies and cakes and the like? I mean, the candy would be better, like health wise, assuming it's not shit with like the corn syrup and all that. But assuming it's like normal, like traditional candy where it's real sugar and all that, that would easily be preferable. But like, point is, why was it not just sweetness in general? Why is it not cakes and cookies and I don't know, churros if you're Mexican or something like that? You would think that'd be like a welcome addition. I'd actually prefer to have a churro over like a chocolate bar. That'd be great. Or even like what else is there? Like donuts? Well, they kind of got that, but very strange. You
My
would
bad. I
think
was fighting
too.
some demons. Bro.
That was surprisingly quick.
Yeah, I know. I've been holding it in for a while, so it just plopped right out, But I've been fighting demons for a little bit.
Anyway, I was just telling the people that it's odd
No,
that
I heard. I was listening.
Oh, wait.
I was
You were
listening on my
listening while
phone.
you were taking a shit?
Yeah, I just turned my phone on and just listened to the show.
I was gonna say it's pretty odd, but I guess it really isn't.
No, I need to be up to date on what's happening on here. I can't just come in not knowing what the fuck is happening.
Fair enough.
But anyway, I would agree, but except for the fact, of course, like you were saying, a lot of these baked goods these days, that's where people are getting a shit ton of seed oils.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like pre there's so many words I could use. But I can't use pre-modernity. We'll use it pre-postmodernist Halloween. Because that would be fine. Especially with the hot. I didn't even know this, by the way. I was watching a Saladino's video on a sourdough, and I didn't know sourdough was the norm beforehand. I thought it was like its own little niche thing.
Nope.
That makes so much more sense. Like how all these people, because bread's like a staple everywhere. How like they'd eat bread, and well, at least in Europe, they wouldn't be entirely fucked from that.
And additives too.
Yeah, I mean, we read the ingredients off like the quarter pounder bun. It's ridiculous. It's not. Have you ever seen that video of that one like British black guy where he's like, look at this bread. It's got 90 ingredients or like something like that. And he's like, you know what? Bread has 3 ingredients: water, flour, and what was it, like sugar, salt, something like that. But yeah, I mean, he's right, even though he's kind of memeing, but very strange. But like I was saying, I would prefer that over, especially with like the way candy is now, in terms of just like flavor. But unfortunately, we live in a society.
I mean, there's crumble cookie. Maybe they're doing some like Halloween themed stuff.
Well, no, they're doing it, but it's not like they're doing it because that's their specialty.
Yeah.
And it's Halloween. It's not like it's part of Halloween. That's a thing.
Well, crumble cookie is in the zeitgeist these days.
I don't know why. I don't know why you'd want to eat that much flour. That just sounds like a bad time.
If you eat that much flour, you're gonna have a bad time.
This reminded me too. We can go back to like the other topic you were talking about beforehand, but I watched that one episode of Always Sunny where they're doing like the ski thing, the 80s ski trope or whatever. And I've never seen an actual 80s ski movie, like ever.
But you can tell exactly what it's like based on that in South Park.
Pretty much. Because they're basically the same episode.
Rules. Yeah.
Mountain Rules. If you pizza when you're supposed to French fry, you're gonna have a bad time.
Apparently, Charlie Day had a really uncomfortable time during that sex scene he did.
He seems like the type. Wasn't he? Was he married to the waitress already, or?
Yeah, he's been married to her.
No, I know. Like he. So, okay, never mind. The answer is yes.
I'm fairly certain because that was a newer episode.
Yeah, like it seems like that where it's like they're so close to doing it, where it's like you're basically doing it, even if it is just a scene.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I wonder how the actress for the waitress felt about it.
She was probably a prostitute.
I meant the actress for the waitress, his wife.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that lady was probably a prostitute.
Right?
What was her name? Katya or something? That was Archer. But what was this lady's name? Probably Katya too.
No, it was
Katlina, Svetlana, some shit. Catalina?
I don't remember what it was.
I want to say
but it was
Catalina.
something like that. I don't think it was Catalina though. I would have remembered that.
We'll say Svetlana.
It might have been that actually. Shit, I gotta figure this out now.
Let me look up Sunny Russian Woman.
Okay, yeah, you're way quicker at this because holding my mic at the same time.
Me too.
I thought you had a stand.
I looked up Sunny Russian Woman, and the first,
yeah,
the first thing that so many of these results are porn.
Yeah.
Why? That's not what I'm looking for.
I don't know what it is, but it seems like the Russians are really going headfirst on the the porn thing.
Really?
It seems like it.
Well, in that case, these Russian bras have to be capping about all these videos you see about them saving themselves and all that.
Well, the other thing it could be is just the fact that there's so many people there. So you're bound to have a lot of them in it, but the majority of people still frown upon it.
But why would it be such spearheading country? Just
Population.
because of the sheer number of people?
Sheer number of people, and it's still kind of westernized a little bit. It's not like China, because that would make it, you would think China would be like really big on that, but their culture is a lot more restricted. And then India, like nobody wants to see that. So did you find the name though?
Tatiana.
That's what it was.
That's similar to Svetlana, right?
No.
Let's see what Humvee said about that. Those two people you saw. Oh well, he said he sent me an image, but also he said this. He said I was walking from block to block, and these two teens were fucking on the concrete sewer drain ditch entrance.
What? Why?
So he must have been sitting on the edge of the road.
Why were
just
why
out
there?
In the open? Yeah, I don't know.
Like an alley?
I guess he didn't have a car, or he couldn't go to his house. You know,
a hotel even for one night, a motel.
Then maybe he didn't have a job. When did you see this?
He said last Halloween, didn't he?
He said last. Oh, he said the last Halloween he participated in. He could have been a kid.
He's not a spooky enthusiast.
I don't. But you know, when you say participate, don't you mean like trick or treating?
No.
I think that's what he means.
That's even. Oh, that's.
He
horrible.
said 2013. Yeah.
Yeah, that's scarring.
So how old was he in 2013? I guess not to dox him or anything, but I mean, he had to be like, I want to say in his mid-teens, like almost in it, almost 18, maybe a few years from then, like a couple years. couple more years till he was 18. So he already knew about all this. I mean, he also said he had sex education from the 3rd grade onward.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I had sex education at all.
He said from like 3rd grade. Correct me if I'm wrong. He said it was like from 3rd grade. Yep, sex ed. Anyway, what? So you frown upon me liking the Hershey's as my favorite candy or one of the favorites that I would get?
Holy shit, that is a roundabout.
Oh, you know what I was talking about? So in the
let me answer the question. God damn it,
dude. Let me just mention this. Sam Hyde basically shat on them while he was talking to the participants about candy. He shat on the plain Hershey's. He's like, those are for 70 IQ people or some shit like that.
He said something in season 2 about Hershey's where it's like, oh, you can have the rest of this. I don't enjoy this brand. And I think it was a Hershey's.
Was it plain?
I don't remember.
Like, if so, why would he even eat it? Why would he eat it if he's not enjoying it?
He didn't eat it. Or, well, he did. I think he did it for like a bit or something like that.
Oh. I don't remember that. Yeah, so he said 3rd grade up to 10th grade.
They just were on you like that for what, 7 years?
Yeah. They're like, all right, let's learn about sex. All right, let's learn about sex. Like, just every year, he's like, oh, okay.
You know,
I mean, did you learn the same shit every time? Like, I mean, it's not like you progressed in your knowledge, right? He said in 9th grade, though.
I was watching a stream by what is his name? Aaron Clary yesterday. And he was talking about how homeschool kids didn't miss anything of value, which, more or less, yeah. But he started talking about how like literally every course you took was the same shit for like 9 years straight. Like the most you could really give is like you'll study a different part of history or something like that, or maybe you'll expand a little bit on math. But generally, yeah, especially English, he was talking about it's the same shit every year.
Right.
So is that what the sex ed is? Is just all right, class. I know this is going to be a little, what's the word? Awkward to talk about, but starting at 3rd grade is fucking diabolical too.
Yeah.
Why?
Great question.
Wait, I know why.
Why?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. I can think of why, actually.
Yeah.
I'm eating lamb.
I don't know why I had to. It seemed pretty obvious to me.
No, I was thinking of another reason that you're not aware of.
How do you know I'm not aware of it?
Maybe you are.
I might be aware of it.
Does it have to do with the man's situation specifically? Then no, you don't know.
Maybe.
Geographical location.
Okay, moving on. Anyway.
Honestly, he says I could be a gynecologist or a urologist. My grandpa always told me, why don't you study to be a gynecologist?
That's really sus.
Bro, that man is really sus, but he's funny.
Isn't gynecology almost like universally a female position?
Yeah, and then every time a woman sees a guy gynecologist, they're kind of like weirded out by it.
I mean, I don't blame them entirely.
No, I don't either. Yeah, he tells you here. He lived in the ghetto.
In the ghetto.
In the ghetto. Thinking about the same thing here.
I found a French House remix of I think that track. It's pretty good.
Really? Of like not Cartman's version.
No.
But like the original, yeah. You should send that. Like that might be cool.
A live version.
You should send that.
I will remember.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested.
What were we talking about?
Candy bars. Yeah. Favorite like candy.
No. I don't want. Before we go back to that, I was going to ask: did you have sex education at all?
Only 1 year. It was like 10th grade. In PE.
I don't think I had that like at all.
I had it once in public school.
I think
I didn't even go to public school my whole education, but I went to high school and that's when I got it.
I think the most I got was like references to it because they just kind of expected you to know it in like a science class or whatever.
Yeah, like
That
in
was it.
biology, like he talked about the sex organs and all that. He didn't say like, STDs and shit. There
Yeah, he
wasn't
didn't
that
go
kind of
down
talk.
like the uh yeah, not like the what you would typically think of. But wait, what were we talking about again?
Bruh. Before the candy bars,
No, I guess we're going back to the candy bars because I thought you were bringing something up again.
you were going to talk about something
I
about the
was, but
sex
now I forgot.
education.
Yeah, I lost it.
Was it
Oh,
you were going to talk about? Okay, go ahead.
I guess because I went to private school, it didn't happen,
That was it.
and it was religious. So,
Well, anyway,
oh yeah,
talk
that
about
was
your candy,
10
your
minutes.
favorite candy.
I did. I told you like I like the Sour Patch kind of shit, the gummies and all that.
There wasn't anything else you enjoyed?
Dots. I used to love dots. I think I had a
Were
dream
those
that I
like
ate
jelly
dots
ones?
recently. They were gumdrops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to like those as well a lot, actually.
Those things fucked your teeth though.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you had a loose tooth, I think this happened too. I think I ate dots with like a loose tooth, and that shit got ripped out.
I used to love dots as well. Yeah, I mean M&Ms were pretty good. Not the peanut ones, of
Hated
course.
M&Ms. You know, I used to hate M&Ms because they look so similar to Skittles, which are like actual like fruit flavored candy. And when I'd eat like M&Ms, I'd be like, "Oh shit, it's fucking chocolate. This
Well,
sucks."
there was a period of time I didn't like Skittles for that reason. That I expected to be chocolate.
Wow, you've just an L.
Anyway, it's not that I didn't like Skittles, but I preferred the M&M. So every time I saw Skittles, I was thinking about like I have to get out of my head that it's not chocolate. But
I had literally the exact opposite
I
reaction.
used to love M&Ms, but then when we went to McDonald's like not too long ago, I had that McFlurry with the M&Ms. Frankly, it wasn't as good as the Oreo, and I really didn't even. I don't think I would get M&Ms again, and I didn't even think I would eat M&Ms again.
I don't know why you got the M&Ms. M&Ms and ice
I
cream is
thought
just
about
not
my
a good idea
childhood, man.
because you got to chew the M&Ms in a
I
way
thought
where
about my childhood, man. It was reminiscent of something that I had experienced in the past, and I was looking to obtain that same experience. Okay, you can't blame me for that. You can't blame a nigga for that.
I would really love to hear Jordan Peterson say you can't blame a nigga for that.
Joe,
But
you can't blame a nigga for that, Joe.
you
Telling
got a
Joe
little
Rogan.
British at the end, but
I think he might get a little bit like that if he starts crying.
I gotta pay more attention.
But it was a little.
Like,
I think if I reeled back a little bit on the British, but left it a little bit in there, it would have worked.
yeah, because he does sound like kind of British, a little
And
bit.
I think when he gets emotional, it'll come out a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I wanted to put it a little bit in there. I think I overextended a little bit, but if I had pulled it back just a little bit, not completely getting rid of it, I think it would have worked.
Where is he from? Because I've known
Canada.
a few Canadians, and they don't sound anything like that.
Yeah, what province is he from, though?
His daughter doesn't even sound like that.
Yeah, he's from Muppet Street.
Kermit as a new stint as a conservative talking head.
Apparently, there's a guy named Jordan Peters that's a black guy, and he's British. Well, he's from the UK.
Is he like, how dark is he?
Black.
Oh, he's like,
so is he really British?
Smile in the dark.
Yeah. Well, like almost. I mean, not. He's not like he's just like a black guy. Just not like mixed. Jordan Peterson is from Edmonton, Alberta.
Alberta? Where the fuck is Alberta?
I was born and raised in Alberta.
I think
like
that's
coming
where I think that's where the one guy with the Wojak pumpkin. I think that's where he's from. But he doesn't sound
Sounded
like
like
that.
I was coming at the end on that Peterson impression. Oh, you're digging in me. You're digging in a nigga. Go ahead, bro.
You digging in
this.
me.
I'm new to this.
You digging in a nigga.
Oh, I need a break. Oh.
Is that Dreamy Bowl?
No, there's like that's the same guys that do the other one. It's like two gay black men.
What other one?
There's
the Steven one?
No, that's Dreamy Bowl. I'm saying these ones that you're digging to me, like that's two gay black men that do videos together, and they're the ones that do like Yes King.
Is it what's his name? Abba and Preach?
No. But that would be funny, right? But no, it's just two gay black guys that do like content. They do like Yes King and like the you digging in me, bro.
You digging in me.
You digging in me. Go ahead, bro. And then
hello,
it's like, I'm new to this. And then there's another one where it's like, oh, I need a break. Oh.
He needs a break. Yeah, Alberta's where
piece of shit. I'm a lying piece of shit.
I looked at the map. Alberta's where I think it is, yeah. So I don't know why the fuck he sounds like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fucking weird. Now, if he's from like Nunavut or something like that, I'd get that. Or what's the other one? Nova Scotia?
Mm.
You know, I'm thinking of Newfoundland.
Okay, so here's one thing. Were the candies you didn't like really didn't like, in your Halloween bag? Like you wouldn't even eat them.
I used to hate butterscotch.
Really?
Like loathe butterscotch.
You know,
eventually I got over it, and now it's kind of like whatever. But I don't eat candy anymore, so now
I make my own candy.
Yeah, I stopped doing that with the orange peels because it's a huge process.
Mm. I'm just talking about boiling together water and sugar and putting your favorite stuff in there.
Yeah, knowing me, I would definitely burn a pan or something like that. So I'm gonna have to ease into that if I do that. But it was butterscotch, and there were like a few others that I really hated. I can't recall exactly what they were though. To be fair though, like a honorable mention, I thought the Smarties were a bit mid, but everybody liked those. Them and the sweet tarts.
I just thought it was funny when people would do the smoke.
I didn't think it was that. Like it was like whatever.
The first time I saw it, I thought it was interesting. Then I got bored of it, but I was annoyed that I couldn't do it.
Yeah, people kept saying you could smoke Smarties. I've never seen it, and I don't know what they're talking about.
I've seen it, but here's the thing. You know what? One thing I couldn't eat was
Take 5.
No, the oil place.
No, wait, what? What are you talking about?
Oil change.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's like one of those quick stop oil places where they change your oil in like 10 minutes.
No, you never heard of the Take 5 bar?
No.
Hold on. I think it's a Hershey's thing, or it might be Mars. No, it's a Reese's Take 5. It has. Why don't they put the ingredients in the fucking thing, you pieces of shit? Okay. It has chocolate cookie.
I'm a lying piece of shit.
Wait, what? Dude, just fucking. Okay, here we go. 5 ingredients: chocolate, peanuts, caramel, peanut butter, and pretzels. In one bar.
And you didn't like those?
No, I did like them. I was asking if you didn't like them.
Never tried them.
I like the saltiness from the pretzel combined with the sweetness of the chocolate. It was almost like a palate cleanser when I was eating all that candy I got from Halloween.
We have a comment up here.
Except not really. What?
We have a comment on the screen.
We do? All right, what do we got?
Read it.
I don't like out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Why? It's
I
on
just
the
wanted you to
screen.
read this one. The viewers are going to need to hear it in case they're not.
Oh my
Huh?
god! Fine. Ahmed likes chocolate-covered
Not
coffee
everybody's
beans.
looking at the screen.
I just said it.
Yeah. How do you feel about those?
I don't actually know if I've ever had. No, I think I have had it like once or twice.
How'd you feel?
Uh when I ate them.
Yeah. No. How'd you feel about them? Well, do you
Eh,
like them? Do you don't like them?
I can take them or leave them.
Mid. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to see whether or not you judge me for that because you judge the ingredients of that. You know.
I think chocolate-covered anything is slop.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Anyway.
But if you're gonna do like chocolate-covered
So one thing
nuts
I
like
couldn't eat,
that.
and here's this.
Hold on. I was talking shit. If you're gonna eat anything that's
Hey.
like covered nuts.
What do you mean, bro? You took like a fucking year to keep going.
Oh my god. Yeah, listen. Anyway, Jordan almonds were where it was at.
He said when I saw him eat them, it was like a crackhead. Well, you should see me
like
now. Anyway,
process of eating them or like you ate them a lot or like you ate them like a crackhead that needs crack?
It probably he saw me tweaking off them, but because they did make me a little hyper back in the day. But here's my point. Here's my point. What I couldn't eat. Finally, we can get to it. What I couldn't eat back in the day was, you know, those like gummy eyeballs.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to eat that.
Why?
There was like an outright disgust factor even looking at it or touching it or anything. Like it resembled, I don't like anything with the eyes, you know? Who says that? I feel like I heard that somewhere, but it's true.
Skill issue.
I don't like seeing people, like the worst thing is to see somebody like, you know, get like injured in the eye.
Oh, that's like most slasher films.
That's the worst one out of anything. To see somebody get injured in the eye is just so, I mean, any head thing is pretty like grotesque to me compared to the body. But
did you ever see Freddy versus Jason where Freddy puts his like claw glove thing through the eye holes of the hockey mask?
No.
You should look at that. It's a good movie. Well, it's a shit movie, but the fight scenes are good.
Okay. I couldn't do it because it was like it wasn't, because we have Humvee over here saying what was he saying? Oh, about the coffee beans. He was begging for them and ate them quick. Okay. I needed a fix, I guess. And so he says, but I remember when I did that. But anyway, he says here, I hate gummies like the Krabby Patties in the eyes as well. See, but it's a different thing. I mean, like the gummy experience, maybe you just don't like how like cheap they taste and all that compared to other gummies, unless you just don't like gummies in general.
The Krabby Patties did taste kind of gross.
They taste cheap, right? I don't like them either, but I could eat those. I ate them and I tried them. I couldn't try the eye. I could never bring myself to eat that. It was so disgusting to me to watch myself put an eye in my mouth and like touch that and all that. I was disgusted.
Weird. You know, it's weird. Dude, though.
It's like literally like a gore thing in my mind. Like, you don't like gore. Like, this was gore to me.
Well, now I don't like gore.
Well, I've never.
At the time, I loved gore. I get pissed off if I watched a movie and there wasn't enough gore.
I've never really liked gore in films. I've liked some like seeing like some kick memes be shared where there's something funny happens, you know, but I don't want to see it like really
I
close,
I can't handle artificial.
Have you seen that GIF that I posted where the guy gets
in a film? But, you know, watching some guy fucking explode in real life, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you see, the thing about it is in the movies, they really try to make it like gross, but on some like random video you see, oftentimes it's like really low quality anyway. So you just kind of see the explosion. You don't really see too much detail.
Nah, I don't like that. Never liked that.
I thought that was kind of funny at some point.
When I
But
was
I
a
don't like
lad,
seeing like really up close, high quality, like gross, like, you know, I don't like that. But there was one time there was a shark video where some shark bites a guy's finger off. You didn't want to see that. I saw it. But it doesn't have to do with the eyes. That's the thing.
I used to be really big in the horror movies when I was a wee lad. So Halloween was a double net positive because of the candy and also that. So I'd be sitting there watching, I don't know, it was usually Friday the 13th or Halloween, one of those two. Watching one of those while I'm like shoving candy in my mouth.
I can't say that
And
I
I was,
ever liked horror at all, ever.
that's good, to be honest. I kind
Yeah.
of failed in that. That's an L on my
The
part. But
scariest movie I think I ever went to see was like this one with like these teenagers. You know, it was like Stories to Tell in the Dark or something like that.
oh,
I
the
forgot what
one
it
of
was
the
called.
teenagers? Oh man, I love
Yeah,
that
that's
one. Of the
crazy, bro.
teenagers.
You know that one with the teenagers? Bro, that group of teenagers and they get like picked off one by one. That's crazy. Have you seen that?
That's
No,
just
but
crazy, man.
I seriously, it was like it wasn't even like a popular movie. Like it was just one that they had in the theaters, like in like 2019 or something. It was something like I forgot how it even goes, but I didn't really want to see it. It was just my friends were all going to see it. But it wasn't even that scary. I don't even know if it was rated R. It's probably PG-13. But they did have a little bit of. They didn't really have that much gore. Yeah, I think. A 2019 film, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and it was kind of lame, honestly. I mean, I kind of laughed at it too after the fact.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there was some like jump scare stuff. I never really liked jump scare, but
when I was into horror, I always looked down upon modern horror films because first of all, it's always like ghost story shit, which I never found appealing in the slightest. You can do it right, but they've almost always choose to do it in the most shit way possible. Then it's relying on jump scares, and that's kind of it. It's garbage.
Yeah, so this was like this didn't really even feel like, I don't even know how high the budget on it was. It was by Lionsgate Films. It didn't really feel like that high budget. It said the film was received well by critics, with praised for its depictions of horror features from its source material, and went on to gross 105 million at box office, becoming a financial success. A sequel is in development. I really just don't see it. You know, I don't see how people like it. It's slop. But anyway, and apparently they had their own like panel at Comic-Con or something. It says in July 2019 at San Diego Comic-Con, Del Toro explained why it was not produced as an anthology film. See, like they have like a Comic-Con panel here and stuff. Apparently they have a Lana Del Rey song in the closing credits. Like apparently this is some sort of big film. I mean, I saw it at the movies, but you know, I've never heard anybody talk about this movie.
I've never heard of it at all.
Like I wouldn't have been surprised if this was a movie I dreamt up and like nobody will ever hear of it again, apparently. But supposedly it's real.
Well, I mean, that's the way the horror genre works. It's basically you throw whatever you have at the wall with as tiny as a budget as possible, and then you make a shit ton of money because cheap scares.
I don't like this. I never liked the scares. I never wanted to be scared, you know?
I didn't like the scares. I just kind of really like the gore, which
I've never been like, yeah, scare me. Go ahead. I want to be scared. Never.
I will tell you, those 80s Friday the 13th films, they're pretty good. Not for the scariness, just 80s-ness. Is that a word? Well, it's a word now.
I mean, is it really even scary at all?
No, not in the slightest.
I mean, do you think it was scary back then?
The first one kind of got me a little bit.
Okay.
Because that was like the one that was like
people
not
back in the day.
Fucking retarded. Oh shit. Well, whatever. Everybody says that, so I don't think it's a big deal. But I guess yeah, in the day, sure. I don't really think there's anything scary about a slasher film, really.
See, I would rather watch a slasher film.
Yeah, because it's fun. It's like,
yeah. See, I can see myself watching that kind of movie over the other ones. I don't want to watch fucking The Ring or some shit, you know?
Yeah, you know what happened actually with that? I think this is part of the reason I got out of it, aside from my own aesthetic convictions nowadays, which had an impact on it of me never going back to it. But my one buddy and I, we were big into horror films, and we started off with slashers. So like Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, shit like that. And then he started going more and more down the other realm with shit like Saw and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I don't know if this is my thing. And then he started going down art film territory, and that's when it got really, really weird.
Yay.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes literally. So
Some people find scary movies boring.
I mean, yeah, if you're not scared, then they're not doing their job. And if it's so, I think the only good horror movie would have to be a slasher, because they're usually either too goofy to take seriously, or there's like comedy. No, yeah, I guess it's the same thing. It's just like
not even just the comedy. I mean, maybe there's like action without it just being like all the time, just trying to get on the edge of your seat.
I just remembered. I really like that Evil Dead remake. I don't know if I'd like it now, but at the time I really did like it.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, rather than just like, pure trying to make your adrenaline go up, instead it's like, here's some action. You actually get a good feeling from it.
Yeah, that's kind of like what that was, except like with way more gore.
Yeah.
Like a lot of gore. Like, that's why I liked it so much. Yeah, a shit ton of gore. You should watch that.
Which one?
Evil Dead 2013.
Okay. Maybe I'll watch it.
I might have to watch that again. Now I'm in the mood to watch it.
Now's the season.
Oh, you know what? What?
Right now is the season.
Have you ever seen The Witch?
No.
That movie's actually really good. Like, that's one of the only horror movies I could say I think is objectively quality, in spite of it being, well, it's not even technically a horror film, but it kind of is at the same time. It's weird. But that's a pretty good one. Really enjoyed that one. It's about a witch.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
It's got Black Phillip in it.
Black Phillip?
You don't know Black Phillip?
Who the fuck's Black Phillip?
It's Black Phillip.
I don't know Black Phillip. Like Terrence and Phillip?
No. Black Phillip.
He's like a Canadian?
No. Well, I don't think he is.
Black Phillip. Is he like Beetlejuice's cousin?
No, he's a fucking huge ass black goat.
Goat?
Yeah, he's in The Witch. He's Black Phillip.
Black Phillip.
Yeah.
Is he the first one to die?
No, he's like Satan incarnate.
Oh. Well, I thought since he's black,
No, that's pretty good. No, he's like a goat. And he's like, well, I don't want to spoil the movie, but he's in it. You should watch it.
Phillip.
No British accents. Actually, you know what I will say? I
was thinking of Terrence and Phillip, dude, still.
Oh, I was thinking of a woman. I thought you were doing like a British woman or something like that.
That was Terrence.
That's actually, yeah, that makes sense now that you say that. But the best thing, well, not the best thing, but one of the cool things about that film is that, like, the director, he does all these like period piece horror films, and he goes out of his way to make sure the entire film is like accent accurate or whatever. This shit's crazy. Like, you can barely understand what they're saying a lot of the times, but it's like, it's cool because it's like authentic, or at least it's aiming to be authentic. But yeah, good movie.
Unlike Hamilton.
What are you talking about? He was a shit. Okay, I almost. He was a darker skinned individual.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was, right?
Yeah.
I think all the founding fathers were. So what else did we promise the viewers today? We promised them election talk. Oh, frankly, man. I forgot there was an election until just a few days ago.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I had seen the debates, but I just kind of forgot that it was like coming up. I just didn't think about it. Yeah, like I forgot initially, then the debates came. I'm like, oh shit, that's still a thing. And then I forget again. And then I remember. Yeah, I got something in the mail today. It wasn't these nuts.
That's not menacing at all.
It was, let me tell you guys what it was. There was an old lady with binoculars, like posing like, on the side. It was like an older woman. And here's what they said in the graphic. It was, your neighbors are watching. Have you voted yet? Who you vote for is secret. Whether or not you vote is public record. Family, friends, and coworkers and neighbors will know if you voted. Vote today.
I just hope we don't go down the Australia route where they force you
where
to
they
vote.
force you to vote? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you vote if they forced you to vote?
I would have to. What do you mean?
You would just do it to avoid any legal penalties?
I'm not going to get shot because I don't want to write a name down.
Yeah, okay. I'll just always fill in Kanye. That's what I'll do.
I'll just put like some random historical figure.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse or something, you know.
Like, you know, like I find it the crass thing where, a lot of these libertarian people, they'll like put, I drew a dick on the ballot. I found that a little gay, a little unsightly.
What if you used the name of a funny mustache man?
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Imagine. I would just do that every single election for every position. I of course mean Charlie Chaplin, guys. Come on. And
he was a great guy.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'd put him in for every election, you know. I'd get other people. I'd rally them. I'd say, guys, we need to get Charlie Chaplin into office. You know, I may as well come out with a little mustache and start rallying, saying to voters what I want them to, get policy-wise if I'm elected.
You got to be real strong with the way you say it too. So
yeah, exactly. Very passionate. Very passionate. Talk about the evils that are around us, and the situation we've been put in. And I of course mean forced voting is what I mean. You know, that was the situation we've been put in the evils. Okay.
I do hear they get a free sausage when they vote though.
Who, the Australians?
Yeah.
I take it there's no Arab Australians.
What? What are you talking about?
Muslim Australians.
No, there's a shit ton of them.
Well, they give them a free sausage?
I guess they give them something different. I don't know.
Yeah, what do they give them?
I don't know. Maybe it's a beef sausage.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's like, okay, you don't want it, whatever.
No, you have to take it. That's also the law. You have to take it and eat it in front of us.
Take the sausage.
Yeah.
Eat the sausage.
In 2040, at the voting booths, like they'll make it that you have to go vote, and then they'll give you like a tablespoon of canola oil you have to take after.
They're forcing you to vote and then punishing you for doing it.
Oh, no. They'll do it before so that you vote for the right person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They'll give you a shot of seed oils right quick. Yeah, let's get it
into your bloodstream.
Yeah. Let's inject it directly. Okay. And they'll put a little red 40 in that too, just so that it seems fun. Just to make it a little fun for the kids, you know?
Red 40.
Exactly. I mean, is that not what you want? Some aluminum, some red 40, some canola oil, and that's you sorted.
That's all I want.
Yeah. What else is there to life? What else is there to life? I mean, seriously, it's like, I wish I could shower in the stuff.
Dive into it.
Instead, they have us showering only in estrogen. I need red 40. I need aluminum. I need canola oil. I mean, I need high fructose corn syrup. You know, the fact that we don't have this in the water supply yet is killing us, guys.
You know, that reminded me of this scene that I saw on Saw 2, which really ground my gears.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's like this pit full of syringes, and it's supposed to be like metaphorical because one of the people in there is like a junkie,
mm-hmm.
and they need to get in there to find like a key or whatever, and like this big buff dude just throws a woman in there. Who was the junkie? I think, yeah.
The buff dude was the junkie?
No, the woman that he threw in there.
Oh.
No, it was something like she was like in the trap before and escaped, so he got pissed off and just threw her in there to find it or whatever.
Okay.
Something like that.
Wait, how does this work? It was like a pit of syringes, or?
Yeah, like a pit of syringes.
Like one that would be like a pit of like, nails, and if you fall in it, you'd die right away because you'd fall into the nails.
So like it wasn't supposed to kill you. It was just supposed to be like painful.
Painful to step on.
Well, no, like he threw her in it.
I know, but it
So,
would be
like,
painful to step on. That's the point of it. That was what
I
was
guess,
done.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jigsaw was trying to make it painful for them to step on it. He wasn't trying to like kill them just with that.
But they, like, she was in the pit though. Like it wasn't like she was stepping on it.
I'm saying as far as how he set up the game, that was just a challenge to get through where you step on it and it's painful and you just have to get past it.
No, like you have to get something from the pit.
Oh. Did she get it?
Yeah. Like you have to dig around in the syringes.
You digging in me. Wait, so he threw her in it and she got it anyway.
Yeah, I think at the end of the movie, that's when they reveal that she's like working with him anyway, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets kind of stupid. Well, the whole premise is kind of stupid.
Have you seen all the Saw movies?
No, I'm not a fucking retard.
Have you seen how many have you
the
seen?
second one and most of the first one. That's it.
Okay, how were those?
Stupid.
Okay.
The second one was kind of had a little action to it, so I'll give it that, I guess.
Does Saw pick people that actually deserve these punishments?
Theoretically, yeah. The premise is that people don't enjoy life or they're bad people. So then he puts them in the trap where it's like allegorical to whatever to one of their struggles or whatever.
Right.
And if they escape, they become better people or whatever, or they die. Something like that.
But doesn't he want some of them to die? Or does he want all of them to die?
I mean, I think the implication is that he wants all of them to get over it and be better people. It just so happens that being a better person usually means maiming you. Or forcing you to do something disgusting.
So most of the time they come out of it alive, just like severely disfigured?
No, because then you wouldn't have a movie. Most of the time they die because they don't want to do it or they can't do it or whatever. It depends on what the challenge
if Saw
is.
were a real person with the actual motives as opposed to just doing it for the movie, he would be trying to get as many people out of there alive, just like, but under certain circumstances that they wouldn't have wanted to do as possible.
I guess I would imagine it's more of like a, well, you're in this position now. If you prevail, you prevail. If you don't, you don't type thing. Type shit.
Yeah, you want to pull that one up?
That was actually pretty good.
Can you access that quicker than me? Because I'm trying to show a chat here
right now. I cannot. You have sent me so many fucking reels.
Dude, I think you just have to search type shit in the DMs. Because you typed it out, I believe, after.
You want me to send it to you or?
Yeah.
Okay. On
the private chat would be preferable, but if you do Discord, I can still open it.
Yeah, that could work.
I guess I have to open Discord again.
Type shit.
Let's see. So we have Humvee saying, I would vote for Jimmy Carter and give him a second chance. He's still alive, so yeah. Mustache Man is not alive.
Early.
Charlie Chaplin passed when?
I don't know. 50s?
Well, he's gone.
Yeah, he's not alive.
So unfortunately, we can't bring him back.
Oh, this was actually surprisingly easy to find.
Yeah. I have to wait for Discord to open here.
Damn, it just happened to me. There was like that slight dead air, and I like the first thing I thought of. Yeah. Can't be saying that though. I think you know.
Okay. So let's see what we have here. Before we get onto that, let's see. I'm just trying to figure out what we could talk about right now. Yeah, we talked about the election, but we started talking about.
Yeah, we didn't actually talk about the election.
What we said was that there's state propaganda where they, your neighbors can watch you and they want you to vote because of that, like, threatening you, under sort of like a social convention.
You see that thing where Trump said he was going to get rid of income tax?
Completely?
Yeah, and he said he was going to replace it with tariffs.
That's exactly what I wanted.
I mean, one affects me significantly less, so.
Well, the stuff you buy, I guess, depending on where you get it from.
Yeah, you could always just leave and then come back and then just not report it to customs.
And you could
Which worked,
also,
surprisingly.
yeah, true. You could also just sort of just go to another country and no longer will they come after you for your income.
Also that, yeah.
So that would be cool. Because no longer would they try and screw you over no matter where you go as far as, kicking your money. But, is it really realistic that they're going to stop taxing income?
I mean, it doesn't even really matter because they tax you on literally everything else anyway.
Well, it's just more of the sense of like, can I now leave the country without the IRS coming after me?
They go global like that?
Well, I think I don't know if it's a extradition thing or if it's just when you come back, they screw you. I assume if you don't have citizenship to somewhere else, you're kind of screwed.
He didn't let us steal his paycheck. Send him back now.
No, that's literally it.
There are a lot of things I could say right now. Did you send the Instagram reel
to the group chat?
I think I did, actually. Yeah, I did.
Let's see. Why did it open in Firefox? I have Firefox on this computer.
The Foxing Fire.
Let's see. Let's talk a little bit more about the election. We'll come to that video. And so,
pause.
Yeah, I have a different video for us to see actually first. What do you mean? We'll come to that video?
Yeah.
Goon sesh. Yeah, no goon sesh on TPE, guys. There was also this thing I saw where like somebody made a poop statue. Like on Nancy Pelosi's desk, there was like a piece of poop. And it was like, quote unquote, to honor the January 6th protesters. But like, really, it was like an artist that wants to make fun of them. But the poop was on Nancy Pelosi's desk. So what does that really accomplish for you?
So she just had poop on a desk?
You ain't seen this?
No.
No, this was an art piece, quote unquote art. Let me see if I can pull that up. Right now I'm having a little bit of a problem pulling things up because my computer wants to be slow.
Neurodivergent.
So let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah. Artarded. Let's see. Poop statue. Poop statue. I think it was in the National Mall that this was put in there for a limited amount of time. Limited edition National Mall statue, guys. And it's a piece of poop on a desk and it's art. Okay. That's art. That's art these days. I also saw a video on Facebook about a chick talking about how like she's like, oh yeah, guys, I mean like people say like, things are like postmodern art garbage and all that. I don't agree with that, but there was this chick who was in my art course and like she was like talking about some like woodwork everybody has to do as a project. And so that what the chick did was that at the end when everybody was done like working on their whole like their projects and it was like the day before, she just started going around asking everybody for their shavings. And so she collected the shavings and like stapled them all together. And her project, she introduced it as like, yeah, this is everybody's like pieces of their art project and it's supposed to represent, I can't remember who was like something about like, oh yeah, you're still seeing the art in like in what's left over and stuff like that. Something like that. Some gay shit, dude. And like then the professor was like really into it and like this was some profound thing that was seen as that. And then the girl who was talking about it, on video, she's like, yeah, so I went up to her and I asked her like, did you plan on doing this? And she's like, oh no, I just kind of procrastinated and put it all together. Dude, it's like people in the comments were talking about how like supposedly it's like, oh well, that's still art and it has like this meaning to it, and guys, it's like, yeah, when you think about it, like she had a point and stuff like that. Bro, it's like, it's shit, it's literal, it's people's trash stapled together. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's the brainwashing there.
Yeah, no, I mean, and like, because her whole point was to mean like that value isn't objective and thus like, you can find like value in anything. And so therefore, I guess that means there's no validity to ranking art. or to rating art.
It almost begs the question of why you have the class to begin with then.
Yeah. Why not just poop on a desk?
Scrotemic booger balls.
Why not just poop on a desk and turn it in? Here we go. This is the poop statue. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could hear that. Like, it cut off for me a little bit, but your laugh there, I heard it. This is the poop statue. This is on Nancy Pelosi's desk. This is a statue of Nancy Pelosi. Oh, I think, yeah, there we go. Nancy Pelosi's desk with a piece of poop on it, quote unquote, to honor January 6th rioters.
Wait,
and so artwork satirically commemorates people who broke into the Capitol and defecated on the House Speaker's desk. Did they actually though? If so, that would be even funnier. Let's see. People behind the January 6th insurrection. The scatological statue, which was installed on Thursday, features a swirl somewhat resembling the common poop emoji sitting on a desk with Pelosi's name. This memorial honors the brave men and women who broke into the United States Capitol on January 6th, 2021 to loot, urinate, and defecate throughout the hallowed halls in order to overturn an election. Did they actually go in and urinate and defecate throughout the halls? If so,
yeah, I don't. That sounds kind of.
Is that? It sounds like an exaggeration.
Right?
It sounds like an exaggeration. If it's true, it'd be kind of funny. But I think this person's delusional, whoever created this piece of art, or if you can call it that, you can't. But the person who created this statue is brain dead. And so, hold on. What is this? What is somebody saying here? Would you rather have a semen bidet or a whole bowl of country crock?
Like country crock ice cream?
Country crock is margarine.
Oh.
Would you rather have a whole bowl of country crock or a semen bidet?
Well, I'm going with the margarine, I guess.
Yeah, well, no comment.
Really, bro?
Let's see. So,
really?
Huh?
You're not going to answer that?
Bro, on the one hand, let's break down these answers. On the one hand, you're emotionally scarred for life, right? You're emotionally scarred for life, and there's no moving past that, the fact that you did that. On the other, you eat an entire tub of margarine.
Just drink a glass of what's it called? Coconut oil.
Huh?
You're probably going to throw up after that, but like, yeah.
Dude, you're going to throw up. Well, I guess you will. Your body will reject enough of it to where you can take the coconut oil after. You will have severe diarrhea for sure. Anything that makes it past the throwing up stage, you will have severe diarrhea from it.
You could eat the bowl and then just purge. Mm. And then down the
make yourself
coconut oil.
Right after.
Yeah.
Not such a bad strategy.
I don't know.
But what if you weren't allowed to throw up, just making yourself throw up?
Then just down the coconut oil after. I think if you're eating a whole bowl of that shit, you're probably going to vomit anyway.
I mean, okay, so margarine is a blend of palm kernel and soybean, I'm pretty sure. And so
that's actually not as bad as I thought it'd be.
Usually it's somewhat like that. It's like some sort of palm, but they put seed oils and palm kernel. So I don't know how much of it's actually going to be the palm kernel, but if it's more palm kernel than soybean oil, that's already good news. That is already good news. If the quantity is higher. I don't know how saturated it'll actually be. But let's read the ingredients list. And no, I actually am kind of curious. Let me see.
Yeah, I was going to look it up myself.
How about you look it up while I talk about this statue?
What more is it to talk about?
Yeah, so it's at the National Mall for some time. And there was another statue, actually. Yeah, it talks about it here. According to NBC News, the permit indicates that another statue depicting a hand emerging from a stone base and holding a tiki torch will be installed next week, and it actually already was, between the Capitol and the White House. So now they're using the whole tiki torch thing, right? And you remember like how like when Glenn Youngkin was like voted in as governor, like right before that, they like staged like this like group of like white supremacists with tiki torches. Like, dude, it's insane.
What?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they were just like trying to reminisce back on Charlottesville. No, isn't that what they did there?
The tiki torch people were staged?
Yeah. The ones from the Glenn Youngkin one were, to my knowledge. I remember reading about that, and like it was pretty like, it wasn't just one article. It was like a lot of people talking about it.
I mean, the tiki torch thing just doesn't really seem to make sense for like white supremacists anyway. Like, why would they use tiki torches?
They would have a big lowercase t. They would have a big lowercase t, and they'd light it on fire, and that would mean time to leave.
Time to leave. Okay. So
let's see. Yeah, so they were like holding it in front of a campaign bus for the, huh?
The ingredients.
Well, hold on. Let me talk about this first. So
fine.
There was a news article. Well, I guess like it was just more than a news article, but I'm just seeing one here talking about it. There was some people outside of a Glenn Youngkin bus where they were holding like tiki torches. They were like in these like white shirts and all that. Let's see. Yeah, it was actually, hold on. Yeah, here's what it was actually. So with the Glenn Youngkin one, it was actually the Lincoln Project that did that. They actually like staged that in front of the Glenn Youngkin bus. The one from Charlottesville like was actually like, you know, were actually people with tiki torches, I guess, from what I'm seeing. But like the Lincoln Project were the ones that held up the tiki torches outside of the Youngkin bus when that election was happening just a few years back. So I mean, I really don't know, like, I really don't even, is there even a history with the tiki torches?
Not to my knowledge.
Like, was that just a one-time thing from Charlottesville? I'm sure Humvee knows. I'm sure Humvee could explain.
What do you mean?
Point being, yeah, the Youngkin one was staged. That was, huh?
What do you mean he would know?
You said what? Oh yeah, he would.
What
know.
Do you mean he would know?
He was there.
Wait, what?
There. No, come on. Taking everything I say seriously.
Anyway, ingredients are, for country crock, purified water, soybean oil, palm kernel and palm oil, salt, soy lecithin, vinegar, natural flavors, vitamin A palmitate, and beta carotene. So honestly, it's not great, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
You know, I went to Zaria's, like he has, you know, brothers, and I went to their place not too long ago. And so I was going there, not to put him on blast or anything, but pretty much like Zaria's was cooking up some like pozole. I don't know if you know what that is.
What?
Pozole. He was cooking up some pozole.
No, I don't know what that is.
It's like a pork dish with hominy.
Hominy?
Like the stuff they use for masa. Like it's like nixtamalized corn.
Are you talking about tamales?
No, this isn't using flour. These are like nixtamalized corn, but like, you know, it's just the corn itself. Like it's not like a flour. Like you leave the corn intact, but it's nixtamalized. Like it's as if you're eating corn, but it's just treated, you know? So like the mycotoxin and all that, but you eat it like you eat corn. But hominy can also be sort of like a grits thing. Somebody was talking about that in my server, but here's the point. They sell it in cans. That wasn't even my main point. I was just trying to tell you what hominy was. But here's the main point. So he was asking for some oil, and they're like, "Oh, we have olive oil." So he uses that. But then they're also like, "Oh yeah, and we have corn oil," and they have this big jug of corn oil that they use for cooking. Now Zarius, I've actually gotten him to only use coconut oil basically when he's cooking at his house. And he actually only used the olive oil, which, not optimal for cooking, but way better. He said no to the corn oil. So I've gotten that man on the right path. Okay. Need to get his brothers on the right path too. But basically I was telling them like, well, you got to use like some tallow. And they're like, what's that? I was like, oh, that's beef fat. And they're like, oh, you can cook. Yeah. With that. And I was like, yeah, even like lard would still be better just because of how it's processed. Like it's not processed like these are. I mean, it's still not great. It's still got the poofas and all that, but I mean, at least, you'd be in a better position with it. And they're like, oh yeah, we have some lard. They had like the small tub of lard that they don't even use. It's like in the back of the counter. But then they're like, yeah, but then they're like, oh, but we do have butter. And guess what they pull out?
Yeah.
It's the country crock. Exact ingredients that you just listed off. It is the exact ingredients because they called it butter. I'm like, dude, I showed him the back of it. I'm like, dude, first ingredient after water, soybean oil. Or it was soybean or canola, whichever one you mentioned. But yeah, that's the point. He's like, oh, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. I was like, yeah, this is not butter, bro. Like, this is not butter. And so I was like, yeah, you got to use something else. Even the lard would be better than this at that point. Even the lard, I mean, like the way pigs are fed, it's basically a seed oil, but still, I mean, like, still, it's an animal fat. Cope. So regardless, it's still better. At least.
Cope.
Huh?
Cope.
It's cope to say that it's a seed oil, or it's cope to say that it's better?
Nope.
The amount of poofas basically make it a seed oil, man. Like, what the fuck?
Nope. No.
You're coping. You're coping.
You don't know how good bacon is. I'm just saying.
You're coping. You're coping. You're coping.
Nope.
You're coping.
No. It's you don't know.
You're coping. You're coping.
I'm not.
You're coping.
Nope.
Anyway, so I put them onto that, but they also buy like the conventional eggs. So they have like a 60 case. I used to buy that too. They buy a 60 case from Walmart. Just keep eating on those. But unfortunately, conventional eggs, man. Unfortunate. And you're cooking them in margarine.
Are you buying other eggs?
Not the low tier ones, at least like at least something that's not like, the lowest ones, like something like, there's pasture raised and there's free range. So at least one of those, at least free range. Yeah. Pasture raised is the best one, but at least free range.
I don't have money for that, bro.
I'm just not going to eat conventional eggs anymore. I'd rather just not eat eggs.
Kind of gay, but whatever.
It's not. It's really not. It's really not.
It really is.
I'd rather just not eat poofinated animals most of the time. It's just. I'd rather not. So, yeah, that's what happened there. What I thought was funny was that I was at because he had like a baby shower. We talked about this, and he talked about having a kid, right? So I can just say that we're already live, so it doesn't matter. But point being, I was there and I talked about the story that I mentioned here, where like how I met him. So like they basically had everybody get up and introduce themselves. And so when I introduced myself, I think I was like I was the first one from my table. I volunteered. I was like, fine, whatever, I'll just stand up. But I was like, yeah, I've known him. We met in a Chick-fil-A bathroom and everybody just started like howling, dude. It was so funny. I was like, no Diddy. And then the kids were like, no Diddy, no Diddy. These were little kids. These were little ass kids too.
Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah, they had to be like fucking less than 12 for sure. These kids have not hit puberty, dude. These were like, these were Diddy victims, frankly.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, no Diddy. Yeah, that's we're cooked. We are cooked. Anyway, here's what I was gonna say. I had to say that because people were like, what the hell? Even afterwards, woman was like, oh, I thought he made that up. And then Zarius is like, no, that was for real. He even says it. He's like, no, that was for real. Yeah. I thought that was really funny. I eventually, like afterward, we went to their brother's house because they were having like a birthday, and they actually had a Halloween themed thing where they had like Halloween cake and all that. I ended up getting Bluetooth on the speaker at one point when we were outside. I started playing like Rucka Rucka songs, like
Oh man,
yeah. I started
this
playing
is
some
why I
of
can't
those,
take you to meet people that I can't be and not an NPC with.
and then I played
Because
like
I'm
Sam
already gonna
Hyde.
do that shit.
I played Sam Hyde, like the drippy drop song.
Oh my god. Oh, that's just vulgar. Why would you do that?
What?
That's just vulgar.
These were Hispanic people, man.
Wow. Okay. I see how it is.
No, but then like Zari is one of his boys. He's like, "Yo, turn this shit off, man. This shit weak as fuck." Like, and then he starts playing some random rap shit, and I'm like, "Oh, this doesn't even sound good."
Yep.
It sounded like I'd rather listen to what I was listening to. His brothers and everybody that were out there like before this guy that was like complaining about it. Like they all thought it was kind of funny. Like some of them were like, "What is this?" And then some of them were like actually thinking it's funny. Because they, some of those Rucka lyrics were out of pocket. But
did you play the jungle one?
I played the animals one.
Oh,
it was like just like black people's. Yeah, and then I played the how did that one go? Like, what was the name of that? I know how it goes, but what was the name of that? The I don't like.
Oh yeah, yep. Uh-huh.
Treat better, and I played that one first, actually, I think.
At a Mexican party, that makes sense.
Well, one of the brothers was out there. He found it funny. And there was like a cousin or something like that. And that guy was kind of like, he's like, "What is this?" But he thought I was funny. So he kind of expected something like that anyway. See, these weren't like completely random like NPC people. Like they were a little bit like some of them like kind of like knew like or one of the guys knew like the "you digging me" stuff, all that. Like he kept talking about that. And it was actually the guy that thought I was out of pocket at first. He was kind of like, "Oh, what's this shit?" But then he started saying shit like that. He was like, "You digging in me? Yes, king." Yeah, see? And then there was a point where Rosari's he was getting a little sick off, the liquor, and so he had to like stick his fingers down his throat, right? And then I started saying, "You digging in me?"
Wait, what?
He got a little sick off the liquor, man. He had to stick his fingers down his throat.
Induce
the vomiting.
So he wasn't vomiting, but then he induced the vomiting.
Oh, well, he had before, but he needed 2 more.
That is the first time I've heard of that happening.
And then I started saying, "You digging in me?"
Well, he was digging in himself.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, anyway, I thought that whole thing was interesting. How familiar are you? Oh shit, we had to talk about the election.
We keep getting off it. I think it's because
who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah. It's really not that interesting.
But here's what I wanted to show. Actually, I don't think it was that important. Here's what I was just going to say. So basically, it's like this, like, I think that's Don Lemon or something like that. Is that what his name is? Lemon?
Don Lemon?
Something. Yeah.
Lennon.
That guy, I'm pretty sure that's who it is. Yeah. It's Don Lemon. Because it's on his TikTok. Okay. Yeah, it is him. All right, I'll just play it. Whatever. Since it's him. Since it's that gay Hold on.
Holding.
We need to get it up on here.
Yeah.
Let's get it up. Let's get it started, huh? What happened?
Is that him?
Oh. Yeah.
You're old enough to vote.
Yes.
Are you registered?
Yes.
Are you going to vote?
Probably not.
You're old enough to vote.
Yes.
Are you registered?
Yes.
Are you going to vote?
Probably not. No.
Why not?
Because I don't have any knowledge. I'm not going to vote on someone if I don't know what I'm voting for.
You're a college student.
Yes, I am.
Don't you do research and study all the time?
Yes, I do, but I don't keep up with everything. I don't to make a decision that's good for me.
Do you know when they say young people don't vote, we can't rely on that demographic, that you're probably the reason?
Yeah, I understand that. I'm not one of those people that complains about that. I understand that. I'm part of the problem because I'm not voting. I mean, I'm not voting this year, but say 4 years.
Seem like if you don't vote, you're the problem.
Is this the new designated message
that you must vote or else you're, there's something wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You don't remember Vote or Die? Vote or die, motherfucker, vote or die.
It's funny though, it's coming from Diddy too.
Yeah, he was talking about doing something to a kid if he doesn't vote.
I mean, it's pretty funny.
Are you okay with whoever wins?
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
It's pretty funny.
Bofa.
Are you voting for Bofa? You're going to submit 2 ballots, cancel them out?
You can't do that, can you?
Maybe you should do that if you live in Australia. Just do voter fraud. Like start sending in I don't know if you're allowed to say do that on YouTube.
Yeah, you
do not really commit voter fraud, guys. Wink, wink.
Oh my God.
Guys, I'm serious. Don't commit voter fraud. I would never tell you to do that. Like seriously, it's the worst thing you could do ever. There's no greater sin. It's the worst thing you could do possibly other than not paying your taxes.
Just play the video.
who wins? Okay. There's more people than just me,
If you had to at this point, who would you?
I can't say anyone because I don't have enough knowledge. I don't have a single person I could really say. I'm in the middle.
Yeah, so Don Lemon is trying to shame this kid for not voting. That's the point.
I would be a lot less.
The guy who tweeted it out, he was like, "This is insane."
In what sense? In what context was he saying that?
In the sense that the kid's insane for not voting, for not knowing, not keeping up religiously with politics and then voting.
Oh, that could have been a good tweet if he didn't mean it like that.
No, Don Lemon is insane, but this guy means the kid.
No, that's not what
and
I
so,
meant.
because he even says, huh?
No, continue.
There was some, I don't know if it was in a reply or what. Oh yeah, well, one of them was just that somebody said he's voting Trump, and they censored Trump, and I don't have it on the screen, by the way, I know that, but somebody said he's voting Trump with a censor in the U. He's just afraid to say it out loud. Then the guy who initially tweeted the video and said this is insane, said tens of millions of people don't care about politics and don't vote, ! As if that's some sort of tragedy.
Yeah.
Let's bring it up to 40.
I mean, who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm still not going to be able to afford anything.
Yeah. Don't worry.
No.
As soon as my candidate gets into office, everything will be all right.
Yeah, because inflation goes backwards. That's how it works. There's historical precedent for it.
Don't worry.
Trust
the
me.
dollar will be what it was worth 100 years ago. You'll have a high-paying job. You'll have affordable housing. Everything will be all right. All you have to do is put your name on that ballot. And then when it doesn't happen in 4 years, just don't worry. It's going to be all right. Everything will happen for you. Just don't worry. Just put your name on the ballot again this time.
We'll get him next time.
Fill in that bubble again, man. I'm sure it'll work. Just one more hit. Hit me again.
I was going to say, it's really funny because it just shows how desperate they are to please vote. It doesn't look good if we don't have a lot of voters, because like that's the worst thing ever.
You know what?
For like
this election kind of is like gambling, because they either want you to put it all on red or all on black.
On what?
Well, red, Republican, black. Those are your options.
I would rather do that, to be honest. We should go to a casino sometime.
Yeah, that's going to make housing affordable for us. I mean, probably more likely than voting, right?
Honestly, yeah.
I'd rather do that.
Go to a casino on election night instead of
dude, and then stream it.
Yes, that would be great.
Zaria's had one of these boys. He was like, yeah, I just went to the casino. Like, I made money, but he was talking about this strategy he has. I'm not going to give out his strategy right now for all the viewers and everything, but his point was he's like, man, I just have the mentality, like, whenever I lose money on a bet, like, I just have to make it back. Like, I can't lose more money. I have to make it back, and I make it back.
That's exactly the worst kind of mentality to have.
Yeah. Well, basically, I shouldn't give out his stuff, man. I shouldn't give out his strategy. People are going to exploit that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, let's not do that. I just thought that was a funny statement.
Yeah. I was actually talking to a guy, and he was saying, he told me like the ropes, like all the rules that he used to like win. And he does it like casually. He's not like addicted or anything like that. But he says, you got to go in with money you're comfortable losing, like assume that you're losing everything. And then like once you start losing pretty bad, it's like, okay, just take a break, leave, come back like in a few months or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then try again.
Yeah, like as long as I'm not like going insane like that, I don't think there's anything really wrong with gambling.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like if it's like a fun type thing. Now, the one thing I was always worried about is if you're doing too good and then you get annihilated by the bouncers.
Yeah.
Because that'll happen regardless of if you're cheating or not.
Yeah.
Is the thing, because they can't really prove it. So
they'll just get you to forfeit your money.
Seems like it. Or do they let you keep the money and just beat you up? Or how does that work?
It's a great question.
It's like they like break your nose. Come again.
Just discourage you from coming back, but honor the money. Maybe you need to bring a bodyguard with you to the club or to the casino. Why was I sitting here thinking about a club?
Casino club?
What about this? There's gambling, strippers, bottle service, a bar where they serve, happy hour. all in one. Imagine that. What if we combined it all?
Yo, a club. Well, a club has a bar anyway, and a casino, and food,
and a strip club.
Dude, why has nobody done this yet?
Just call it hedonism.
Yeah, they'd fucking eat that shit up. Literally,
for sure.
We'd have a very good kitchen.
Dude, I mean, we'd serve steak for sure.
You have to. Yo, an animal-based or PD kitchen.
Oh, let's go. Dude, what would we ever even leave? We would never leave this place.
It would be fucking paradise.
There needs to be an outdoor part just so you can get some sunlight too.
Yeah.
Like an outdoor section with like, dude, poolside. Like it's like a resort too.
Oh my god.
What if the whole thing's a resort?
It never closes. You have your rooms upstairs, so you don't have to worry about driving.
Dude, this is a whole resort. Well, there needs to be some sort of like, like racing track or something so that people can get it out of their systems, after they've had a good drink,
Right.
But you can forget the racing track. We don't really need that. Like, that's not really necessary. I think we just have driving simulators in there. Like, it could be like an arcade.
Yeah, that works.
There can be an arcade attached to the casino. Okay. And then, yeah. But do you not like this idea? Because I'm thinking this works.
Is an amazing idea.
Why has nobody done this? It's like a mall, but instead of like stores where it's clothing, it's everything you'd want to do at night.
You could have like one clothing store too and make it all cotton clothing.
So that people have stuff to wear so that they never have to leave. This is like, why would you even leave this place unless, I mean, you have to make money, but if you made like a passive income, you could just live there.
Motherfucker, you could live at the mall.
Yeah, this is perfect for Kendrick. I mean,
motherfuck
the big three, nigga. It's just big me, nigga. Fuck.
Why is he so funny? Why does he make these sounds, man?
Memory lane, cocaine, Muriel. Okay.
Courage. And we could invite like performers and shit, like DJs and then like other people.
Dude,
no pop stars.
Is this just getting too out of hand or what?
I think it's not getting out of hand enough.
You think this is like, but I can only contain myself for so long, you know?
What do you mean?
I'm on the edge, man.
Is that what Lady Gaga meant when she said she was on the edge?
I'm gonna come. Do not come. You think Bro would do Kamala?
Didn't other guy say he would?
Who?
Not Jim guy, but other Jim guy.
Yeah, but also Zarya said he would too. He's been telling me, dude, wouldn't you have done her when she was in her prime? He keeps telling me.
I mean, she looks better than Hillary. I'll give her that.
Yeah, but Hillary has a dumper.
Wait, I'm sorry. What? Hold on.
Hillary has a dumper.
How do you know?
You haven't seen it?
Dude. No.
Oh.
She's fucking ancient.
Well, I'm just saying, you got to see it, man. I mean, you don't remember when Nancy Pelosi's tits were out? I mean, she's ancient, but come on, she's got knockers.
What?
You don't remember seeing that beach photo of her? That's why that other guy was talking about Kamala and Nancy Pelosi. He's like, I'll take them both in the Oval Office.
Wait. I didn't know he said that about Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, it was Nancy Pelosi and Kamala. Because that's how I brought it up. I said, you guys see Nancy Pelosi's beach photo? He's like, shit, I'll get her and Kamala. Tell them bring them both in the Oval Office. Bro said, bring them both back for real.
Bring them both back.
Bro did bring them both back before bringing both back was a thing. He's a trendsetter, that guy.
I mean, he really is.
It's a pioneer.
More ways than one.
It sounded like you were doing an impression for a second.
No, I was yawning a bit.
Okay.
Who would the impression be of? I don't know who even has a voice like that.
I don't know.
Optimus Prime.
So here's the thing. Okay, well, I just saw a terrible tweet from RFH.
Who?
RFH.
Oh,
Feminist?
that one broad from last episode or two. Oh yeah.
You want to hear a tweet that she made? That's terrible. It's just,
Sure.
I mean, you may get a little grossed out at this.
I probably already am by the fact that it's her.
Okay, here's the tweet. Men who are, should I show it? I don't think I should even show it. I mean, it's not an image. But I guess for a visual cue for the viewers, I suppose I'll show it. I suppose. Sound like
Is it
MLK.
is it TOS?
No, it's not TOS.
Okay, then it's fine.
That sound like MLK right there?
I suppose.
I suppose I'll show it. Sounds
Yeah,
like
I don't know what that was.
I suppose I'll show it. That sounds like a ghost right there.
Ghost Jerry.
Trying to do MLK again. Here's what she said.
Oh my god.
Men who are scared of period sex are not mentally or emotionally equipped to have sex, period. Your strongest drive as a man is to fuck, and you let a little blood kill your boner. This is a soft creature, not fitting for breeding. Not fit for breeding. I can't breed.
Fit for breed.
I can't breed. So isn't it like, why would you even want to at that point when she can't get pregnant?
Wait, what?
You know? She won't be able to get pregnant during the period.
Yeah, I don't.
So why would you want to do it at that point? Why would you?
I don't know
why would you be more? I think she just wants to have sex on her period.
Why?
Either as a reason that she finds it, you know, somehow more enticing, or that she's just horny. I don't know. It could be a fetish. It could be somehow her drive's going up at that point. I don't know.
Yeah, get rid of her. Get
this so we have who's this? Shan Bridgman.
Why? Chan?
Bridgman.
Cartwright? Why are you saying it like that?
Cartwright, Bridgman. What y'all dressing up as for the club?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, did you actually get a costume?
Do we know who this man is? This sounds like bro or something. I mean,
does it matter?
Did I get a costume? You will see if I got a costume when you see me.
So you're not gonna tell the viewers?
Look, I have about 3/4 of my costume together. I need to see if I can find the right thing for it tomorrow.
Is it what you were last time?
No, because if it was what I was last time, I'd have the costume still.
Okay.
And I was a rabbi, by the way, guys.
Maybe don't do that again.
I'm gonna do better than that this year.
Oh, we're gonna get kicked out.
No, we're not. Don't worry. It'll be safer, but it'll be funny. It'll be funny, but it'll be safer. And I think there'll be more not more recognizability than a rabbi, but it'll have recognizability. It'll still be safe enough. And as long as I don't say certain things in that costume, we'll be good.
Okay.
What are you dressing up as? Do you want to talk about that? Did you already mention that on the show?
Yeah, I did. I'm going to go as a Chipotle worker, which is the scariest thing in the world because your protein intake depends on my feelings.
Okay. So there you go.
Also,
I'll tell you guys what I dress up as after Halloween. I want to keep Greg and we're going to see Bro too. I want to keep them a little bit in the dark on that because I think it's funnier that way.
That's fair.
So there was a different RFH tweet that I wanted to get onto. Apparently,
what about the type shit video?
Oh, right. Yeah. Type shit.
Retard.
Let's get on that. Hey.
Type shit.
Hey.
Type shit.
What?
Well,
we used to have deans at my high school that would sound like that. They'd be like, "Hey!" when they're trying to get your attention. They like bark
Rick
at you.
Ross.
No.
Oh.
Hey, come over here.
Now it's going.
I'm trying to get some chicken.
The fuck is that guy's name? The guy that's dead from Brooklyn. Pop Smoke.
Hey, you gotta come over here. Come over here, little boy. She like the way that I move.
Wait, hold on, little boy. Pop
It's
Smoke
just
at a
like
Diddy
a dean
party
would say that.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about what a dean would say to those kids. I mean, they probably were on some Diddy shit. You know, there's always that one teacher, that one student, that school staff. You know, the amount of public school employees.
Charlie's Uncle Jack.
Dude, the amount of public school employees, like compared to Catholic priests that diddle, is just so much higher.
I've heard that's that is, I mean, exaggerated sounds like the wrong term, but I mean, I guess that's the term.
The Catholic priest one is just so much so much rarer. It's not so common.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I
Like
haven't actually looked
statistically
into it.
speaking, it's way more likely to happen with a public and like a public school employee. Like way more likely. We're talking like, you know, very small ratio of Catholic priests. Like to the point where it'd be like insignificant if you didn't know about the stereotype.
Yeah. Have you seen it? Have you like looked into it?
I saw a statistic on it. I'd need to like do more research, but
verify
I
it.
mean, I saw a source on it. I need to find
other
it.
guy, our fountain of knowledge guy, he says the same thing.
I know Jim guy was talking about it, and he probably got it from that guy.
Yeah, and they don't even really care for Catholics either. So I don't know why they'd be. I don't know why they would. Well, I guess because they're Christian. I guess you could argue that.
Defending Christians.
Yeah, but still, they don't really get along. Is the thing.
Okay. You still got to stick up for some of it because I mean, you don't want it to seem like there's a connection there between like you don't want the Christian name to be slandered like that.
Well,
because then it comes to Jesus and all that.
No, but you know what they say about the Catholics, though, don't you?
What about them?
I'm gonna have to tell you off air if you don't know.
Here you go.
Now I'm gonna show y'all how to order from Starbucks, but we're running a real one. This is a tutorial. Type shit.
He already stumbled, so he lost aura. I couldn't even understand what he said the first time I watched that. Like that part.
I didn't know what I was watching because of that.
Here's how to order Starbucks while remaining a real one. He said, "Here's how to order Starbucks while remaining a real one."
Type shit.
Here's how to order Starbucks while remaining a real one. Type shit.
First, you want to do, you want to vibe. Act like you're supposed to be here. Excuse me. Type shit. You always have manners. Be polite. How you doing, Mr. Sir? Let me have a refresher. Type shit. You always order something that sounds like nice. Let me get a refresher.
Something that sounds nice. Like I like how he switched. Like he switched for that one word. Something that sounds nice.
That's the sizes they have. Grande and venti. Type shit. You got to know that.
You got to know that.
Mango dragon fruit, because I'm trying to like type shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's shit,
all I would like to have today. Type shit. You got to have manners. Be polite.
You got to have manners. You know what I'm saying?
I thought he said
need
that
to
too.
Say that? You got to have manners. You got to have manners. You know what I'm saying?
Be polite.
That's it, sir. Type shit. I am a rewards member. Let them know you come. Let them know you come here.
Let them know you come.
Type shit. And that's how they know it's official.
Do you think he actually has a? Do you think he actually has a habit of saying type shit like that, or is he doing it on purpose for the video?
I feel like it's got to be genuine.
It could be like a because I think he's trying to be funny.
It's working.
But I mean, I think it's pretty obvious he's trying to do a bit here, but it's pretty believable, first of all. But the type shit thing, I'm not sure if it's like a tick or if it's like, you know how like people say, you know, like a lot of the time it's white people that say it, but it's like, you know, at the end of everything.
Wilson does that.
Yeah, like saying like some sentence and
you know what I mean?
Exactly, like that right there.
Yeah.
And you know, like saying, you know.
I actually do. I do that.
And then it gets to the point where it comes after like every sentence, you know?
Yeah, I gotta kill that.
Okay. Oh, anyway, let's continue.
Put hair real on the cup. I wanted to say hair real so they know it's mine. Make sure you be specific. Personalize your item. Type shit. Can you get your beverage or your food or whatever of your choice? Delicious. Oh, God.
Yeah, so he just
type
keeps
shit after that.
type shit over and over. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know if he really did have to say that.
Delicious.
Okay.
Type
we got past that. We're gonna find this RFH tweet.
Is it as bad as the other one?
Look, she has a she retweeted something saying liking Game of the Rings more than Game of Thrones, sorry, more than Lord of the Rings is a great indicator of poor character and all around sick spirit.
Hold on, say that again.
Liking Game of Thrones more than Lord of the Rings is a great indicator of poor character and an all around sick spirit.
I actually agree with that.
You know who said that he likes Game of Thrones more than Lord of the Rings? Which I agree too.
Bro.
That no. It's a streamer who is a bit controversial. When I say a bit, this man will get you debanked if you have him on your show.
Oh.
Just happened to Aiden Ross.
Wait,
Aiden Ross had him on his show and he got debanked.
Hold on. Why?
I wonder why.
No, not that.
Somebody commented friendly fire when it happened to Aiden Ross.
That's not what I meant. I meant, why does he have that position?
Oh, well, I thought it was funny what I said, but
I'm gonna just no, not touching that.
Anyway, point being, I don't know. It's like a 3-minute video, and I don't feel like listening to it right now.
You know, like
maybe
Tolkien
he likes seeing cock.
Tolkien was a Catholic, and like he weaves like some of the ideals of the Catholic faith into the story of Lord of the Rings. So I would think that he would be preferable to that.
Yeah. You know, so I'm really not a fan of how much people want to call him gay. But then at this point, it's like, well, Lord of the Rings is the good one. Game of Thrones, you know, it's just the amount of flaccid penis. You know, there's even South Park made a joke about this. I never really watched it, but I know how much is in that because of how much people talk about it. But
I've seen it.
Yeah, so you know, if you're not skipping past that part or something like that, I don't know why you'd be raving about it. You know,
it's just it's like it begs the question of why do I need to see this, even if it is like a woman and a guy? I don't give a shit about this. Show me the fucking story. If I wanted to watch this, I'd go on Pornhub.
Yeah.
And dude, it's so fucking long. It's like 10-minute scenes, bro. It's ridiculous.
What the hell? She tweeted, when will it be my turn to be the crazy one in the relationship? But she lost custody of her kids. What is she talking about? What the fuck is wrong with this lady?
Clearly, she's crazy.
Dude, she's gaslighting herself into believing she's not. I swear, if there's not a comment up talking about that shit.
Schizophrenic type shit.
Yeah, type shit. Yeah, the crazy one will never admit they're the crazy one, somebody said.
That sounds like it's supporting her argument, no? Or, well, no. Yeah, I see what they mean.
Well, yeah, it would be telling her she's the crazy one, actually.
I think the period tweet alone would kind of confirm that. That's fucking disgusting.
I remember hearing in high school some guy saying, if we can walk through mud, we can fuck through blood.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that shit.
Even with a rubber, why would you want to do that?
Oh, that's fucking gross, man.
Why would you want like bodily fluids that aren't the ones made for sex in that region?
Yo, did you hear the thing about a Big Mo from FNF?
What happened?
They call him Dracula.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, why'd you say that? Oh, God. What the fuck, dude? Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's a recurring joke now.
Okay. I want to stay away from that. I want to stay away from that. It's like even worse, man. Like if somebody's like, I did it, like the normal way that you have stuff there, that you do stuff there, where you put something in it, that's your organ, Why
are you dancing around that? Why would
if you have penetrative sex in the vagina with your penis, I can during the period, I can understand. I can't say that I would want to do that. I can't even say that you're normal for doing that. What I can say is that's one thing. But, cunnilingus, and you're putting that in your mouth, blood. It's just, this is insane. And he's doing this to like random broads. I mean, it's not better if he's doing, by much, but if he's doing it to a woman he's with, but if he's just doing this to any other broad, like, and he likes doing that and that's his thing, dude, this guy is sick.
He so it was like one question or whatever of like, what's I don't remember what the question was exactly. It was either one thing you regret doing in that scenario or what's your kink or something like that. And he brought up the story that like, what?
Which one was it? Was it the regret or was it the kink?
I think it was probably more likely the kink, but it wasn't even entirely that.
That would have been,
because he said like the story was he was doing that, but he didn't know it was that time. And then he's like, well,
he turned the lights on.
He just kept going.
Dude, what the hell is wrong with people, frankly? And why,
I don't know
why talk about it? Why talk about it?
Content.
Even so, at what cost?
I mean, he's already pretty fat, so
So
what else does he have to lose?
He can get in shape like he's been trying to, and overcome his disease.
It does not look like it's working though.
Yeah, how's calorie restriction going for you guys over at Fresh and Fit? Yeah, because I mean, again, it's like, okay, sure, Myron, like he hasn't been in a state where he's been like at that level of sickness, I suppose, like looking at him. I can't tell you that it's good what he's doing as far as restricting calories and overworking himself and all that, but he's not where Big Mo is in it. Big Mo is just in a different state where, the same things that worked for Myron. Sure, whatever. The same things that worked for Myron when he was pretty much like he was already like kind of fit to begin with, and then he made himself a little fat on purpose and then like slimmed himself back down. And keeps himself slim because, to begin with, his system wasn't like broken like somebody like Big Mo's is, because of his diet and all, and environmental factors, probably a lot of them. But for somebody like Big Mo, it's not gonna, like, you can't just do the same thing and expect the same results when you're coming from different points of health. So you can't just say, oh, well, you just control every morsel of food that goes in your mouth and that's the solution to it. Yeah, weight loss at the same time. You're not really going to have rapid weight loss regardless, but even so, I really don't think, not going from like a bioenergetic perspective or trying to increase energy rather than just restricting calories or fasting or whatever. I know that one guy we talked to did the water fast, but I mean, I don't think that's going to work for everybody, depending on how bad it is. But yeah, I think like the most, if anything, it's not really severe necessarily, but the thing that I could say is like, restrictive, but like at the same time, it doesn't really have anything that has to do like, it's not as problematic. It'll restore insulin sensitivity as something like the rice diet, like Kempner rice diet is like probably the best thing you could do at that point. Because it's already been proven to increase insulin sensitivity and it's a carb-based diet. It's like, low fat, low protein, mostly like rice and sugar and fruit. I mean, it's similar to what bears do when they're coming out of hibernation. So if anything, there's already like a precedent in nature for it working.
I was gonna say on those Vitali streams he was doing where they catch predators. Like Myron was eating a protein bar like every other like 30 minutes or so, like constantly.
Yeah,
shit's crazy. Have you ever had a protein bar too? Those things taste like shit.
I told you I've had protein bars. Oh, I talked about it in my Discord.
Yeah, well, obviously I didn't remember that, but yeah, they taste like ass.
I've had the RX bars. Those were probably one of the more decent ones I've tasted. Still not perfect, but it was like dates and nuts, and it really wasn't much like, they didn't have any like seed oils or anything. So, and there was no like artificial sweeteners. I tried the Quest birthday cake ones. Those tasted kind of like a dessert, but at the same time they had like sucralose, so there was kind of that like artificial taste. I tasted it. And yeah, I don't know. At least the oil was palm kernel, like I said. So there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't really need protein bars, man. Like, I don't even know. Like, how did this become a thing? I guess just because, it's been about starving yourself this whole time and making sure you're as little, like you have as little hunger as possible.
Yup.
Because it's always been about, you need to eat less and move more. It's just been that paradigm this entire time that's kind of screwed people over in a lot of ways. Even if you get temporary results, the stress that you're doing to yourself, it's not going to work for you long term. So there you go.
Yeah. Fuck, I was going to say something. Now I totally forgot what it was.
Okay, so we're going to go to, let's see. So, oh yeah. I don't know if you saw this. Big Justice and AJ and the Rizzler, they went on
Yes.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yes.
Yeah, you saw that?
You sent me the reel.
Oh, okay. I did? Okay. Well, RFH quote tweeted it, and she said, "I need them all deported," which was kind of funny. But
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to show, because this is distracting me from the point. I don't know if you want to see. It's a 5-second clip, actually. It doesn't really matter, guys. I don't want to see more of these people, honestly.
These people.
Yeah, Italians. Let's see. Oh my God, her tweets are terrible. I feel like I'm at the age now where dating a 24-year-old would be chic. I want to groom a hot young man. So she's not with the boyfriend she had before. I wonder what happened there.
She had a boyfriend?
She did.
How?
I wonder why it didn't last.
Me too.
Let's see.
Are you following her?
No, I'm just I get her tweets sometimes. And it's probably because I keep looking at her Twitter whenever I see something, and it kind of creates like a feedback loop. What is happening here? What the hell is this? Okay. Oh, there was a tweet about some guy saying like he went to like Utah or something, and like the change in altitude made him gay because he had sex with a guy and he was trying to explain to his girlfriend why he did it.
What?
Yeah, that's a Reddit story I saw, and she reposted about it.
What'd she say?
Let's see. Oh, she was talking about how, like, you know, men kind of once you realize how men genuinely believe that they have zero control over their own actions, they actually just become these funny, tragic, weird little children.
But they don't.
Yeah.
Or, well, they do, I guess.
I mean, I guess those guys, but she just kind of hates men, so.
Yeah. She made that pretty clear last time.
I wonder why, and also she's trying to cope about like getting pregnant at an older age and stuff.
Why is she pregnant? Pregnant, or is that like the goal?
I think she's just still trying to get pregnant again, maybe since she doesn't have access to her kids anymore. Let's see. So,
oh yeah, she has kids. I forgot about that.
Let's see. So there's this other account called Selena, and she was like I think she said she was some sort of like ex-sex worker or something. Anyway, point being, there's a tweet here. I'm just trying to find like the other shit that I'm trying to talk about, but I keep stumbling upon these tweets. I'm always surprised that so many men on here think it's a good idea to argue with women all day long. Not only is it weird and disheveled, but I remember Kevin Samuels tried to make money doing it every day, and it caused him so much stress he passed away in like 2 years. Well, if that's what caused it, shit. Yeah, Kevin, you should have laid off that. But because I mean, women do suck what to talk to. Like that, in that sense of like trying to convince them of like, you know, your positions when it comes to, you know, dating and shit.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. Yeah. It's pretty difficult. Pretty
But RFH is probably trying to RFH, I don't know why she's retweeting this. Like, I guess they're trying, like, they're both trying to make some point about how like men shouldn't do this, but then they're also like, they're saying not only is it weird and disheveled, but then they're saying a guy literally died from the stress of it. So like they're admitting at the same time that it's, you know, that women are like these soul suckers, like that literally like make you pass away from talking to them for too long. But yeah, no, I mean, I agree. Like, what the hell is the point in trying to convince a woman of something? Like, all these women, like, of their ways and saying, like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this and all that. What's the point of this discourse? I mean, other than just entertainment or realizing for yourself, like, I think really just the only point would be making other people aware of the problem. Aside from the entertainment aspect of it, because, there are some clips that come from it that are pretty funny. But I agree that it wouldn't be a good idea because, I mean, if you're having to argue with a woman over why your position is correct in this sense, you've kind of already lost. Like that wealth of knowledge guy we talk about. He talked about this to another guy we know who had some things going on with his girlfriend where she was dressing a certain way provocatively. You remember this?
Yeah.
It
took me a while.
So he's like basically saying like more. It's like I forgot which celebrity he was talking about, but he's like, yeah, if this celebrity told his girl like to not dress that way, she would just not do it. Which is true. If you have the status or if you have the respect, it's really just about having that respect from her, right? She would just do it. You wouldn't have to have this discourse with her over why she shouldn't be doing something or should be doing something.
That was so funny.
I mean, it's just completely true. I mean, like, and I've come to realize that ever so more, I guess, is the way I would phrase it since then, right? I mean, it's like, what the hell is the point in arguing over this when you've kind of already lost by doing it in the first place? You have a woman who's not, sort of respecting you as a person by doing this, by arguing with everything you want her to do, by arguing like, and this is really taking away from you as a leader. This is really taking away from you as like a person that can lead a family, have a successful family. It's like you're screwing yourself by trying to do that way.
Yeah, the other thing is I've heard like those like panel podcasts, they fucking hate it. Like they've said it like that this is causing them a shit ton of stress. It takes a lot of work to set up. They got to deal with like getting girls on the show and whatnot. It's just a fucking headache overall. So yeah, like,
and if you're constantly arguing, I mean, like it's maybe part of it is just arguing with retards, but the point being is like if you're arguing with dense people all the time, and not even to say like I don't know if I have to censor myself here or if I have to I don't know what the like I'm just going to make the point I want to make. The people that are being in these the people that are in these discussions that are having these arguments with these people who are hosting these podcasts are dense. They are dense people. And there are even men that are dense that argue these same things. This is not like an exclusive thing where it's like only women do this. Oftentimes the people they bring on are women and they are dense, and constantly so. I'm sure there are probably a greater number of women that are, like have the opinions of those women there because it's a women-centric viewpoint. And so, or I could say gynocentric viewpoint. And so, yeah, there are men that'll argue for it. They're dense too. They don't want to really take logic into account. But point being, if you're having discourse with these people all day, they're people that are never going to see your point of view rationally, most likely, because they're arguing from a point of emotion and how they feel and what they feel is right, rather than looking at it from, a breakdown of the argument and understanding like, points or anything. Yeah, of course you're going to cause yourself a massive amount of stress. Like, how can that be okay for you to do daily?
Yeah, I've felt it like not even on that kind of topic in particular. That's why I don't really argue with people that much anymore. If
even
I
on Discord, right?
Any kind of,
even on Discord, right?
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll start an argument, like I'll push back on an idea, and if it gets to a certain point where I realize, okay, well, they're gonna react with this kind of emotional reaction, or they're gonna have this reaction based on a false foundation. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, you're right, sure, whatever. I don't care. I don't feel like dealing with that.
I just don't even reply sometimes.
Yeah, it is what it is, but like that feeling of stress you get from that, it's not even that much, but you do feel it. The stress from it it's not great.
I felt that too, and I'm like, dude, I should just stop.
And that's the other thing, like Fountain of Wisdom guy was saying, like that's part of maintaining your health is being around like-minded people, not in a way where so you don't have to deal with like pushing back on ideas or whatever, but just so you don't have to deal with it 24/7.
Yeah,
because that's gonna fucking wear on you all the time.
There was this guy. He's a friend of Ryan Gosling.
Okay,
the bisexual friend of Ryan Gosling.
You are not narrowing it down.
we had Ryan Gosling on the show. He has a bisexual friend who has that quote about, you know, that quote that, you know, yeah. So now you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
That guy thought I was weird for saying a similar thing to this. I was like, you know, yeah, I like to be around people who I can see reality in common with, like that I can share like ideas with, that, you know, they don't have to agree with me on every little thing, but you know, they should keep me sharp and keep me like, you know, they should still like be able to challenge views if they think there's something wrong. But, you know, I like to be around like-minded people. And he's like, oh, well, you don't ever want a challenge to your worldview. You want to live in an echo chamber. It's like, dude, like, well, first of all, he's probably not keeping around a lot of people around him that say things that are like completely diverse from what he's saying. He would call you a bigot and say like, stop hanging around me. First of all,
I was gonna say that,
but also, no, it's more of a point of him trying to tell me that I should be having people like him around me to sort of challenge my views all the time.
It's funny how it never goes both ways. It's always one way.
Well, he goes both ways.
Yeah, that's no comment. But yeah, it's just kind of not worth it. I mean, I guess it's beneficial because like those kinds of shows do bring up good points, even if you don't agree with them. That at least makes you think about stuff where you actually have to come up with an answer. But the toll you take from hosting them and just doing it in general, even someone like Destiny, who's like on the other side of those arguments, you can see how like him constantly arguing is taking a toll on him, even if he doesn't admit it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was gonna say they're not always dense. There was like something about, I think I told you about it, where like that kind of like the ones that are known to debate on those shows get paid to do it. So there's also that. Like it's not a good faith debate or whatever.
Bro, oh my god. Oh my god, dude. You got to see this. You got to, hold on. I got to screen share this. I don't even want to say it out loud before you see it. Hold on.
God.
I'm just scrolling this RFH Twitter, man. This is something. This is something. If I can get it up in like 2 seconds, I would, but you know, this is something. Hold on. It's almost up. It's almost up. That's what I tell any woman I'm sleeping with.
Give it a second.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, it's almost up. Okay, here we go. Look at this. Just read that title out loud.
I believe that she believes that's a good thing.
Here's what she says. Why you should cheat on your shitty boyfriend. How I dated a hot guy while in a bad relationship and it ultimately healed me. Cheating on a bad man and why it was a good thing. So she literally followed like the fucking romance movie plot line.
The one reel you sent me. Her favorite movie.
Yeah.
It's about cheating.
This woman is unwell. Like she talks about like hormones and stuff. Talks about cortisol and like, you know, pediness. But you are unwell. You are unwell. Let's see your labs. Let's see some lab work, RFH. Let's see. Sometimes she has some takes that I'm like, okay. But let's see. Yeah, there's the duty sex stuff. You know, there was a whole thing on that. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Oh, I was talking with that one person about it. Well, it was in reaction to Andrew Wilson or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah, she said.
So
what? What?
What I was saying is, did you want to talk about it?
I guess, sure. So she was saying that Andrew Wilson is like pulling a Mott and Bailey because he'll say if a wife rejects sex that it's a sin in his eyes, but then she says that he's retreating to a easier to defend position by saying you shouldn't marry a woman or you should leave a woman that doesn't want to have sex with you. And I was saying it's like, okay, I don't really see how it's a Mott and Bailey though, because it seems like he just has both positions simultaneously.
Yeah.
Whereas you're saying
like it's like he's saying like in marriage, you're basically making it so that you've made this commitment to this man that, you know, you shouldn't be like refusing sex constantly. Like this shouldn't be something that is an issue for him. But that also, this is something, first of all, that you should work out prior to marriage to figure out if this is going to be an issue so you don't have to get married to somebody that's going to be like that. And if you're already in a marriage where this is an issue and there's a dead bedroom, you have every right to leave.
Yeah.
And he basically said, like, he even brought up the point, hold on. He brought up the point where he was like men, or he basically said, like, he was just kind of like saying, you should figure this out before marriage, because I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, but that was part of the point that, but you basically can't get women to ever admit that men would be right for leaving a dead bedroom, or that you basically can't, you can't argue men into staying in a dead marriage like that, or a dead bedroom marriage like that. It doesn't matter what your argument is, because it's like, that's just not how it's going to work for men.
And it's weird because they'll have the argument that women should do that, though.
Women should do what?
Like leave if like they're not satisfied in whatever way that is, which is usually trivial, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not like he's not like bringing money anymore. It's not like he's not taking care of the kids as well. It's just, oh, I don't feel like it.
It's like that one episode of SpongeBob where he's like, he doesn't want to work. I don't really feel like it.
Have you seen the edit of that?
No.
I can't really say the full thing, but they have SpongeBob's robot going, I hate.
Oh, yeah.
And then Plankton goes, what? What?
Oh, wait, yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a caption on one where it's like, when you turn an Instagram Reels user into a robot.
Yeah, I think you sent me that one.
Yeah.
Or it might be in my feed. I don't know. I can never tell which one it is.
No, I sent it to you. But anyway, so you were saying? Yeah,
so there's that, and okay, where was I? Yada yada yada. This goes the other way around. Oh yeah, so I brought that up, that like it seems like he has just both positions. I don't see how, like, it would seem like he'd only be retreating if this was an incompatible position to begin with, or at least contradicts what he said beforehand, but it doesn't do either.
Yeah.
And she just kind of kept asserting, but well, no, I'm not saying you can't have both opinions at the same time, but he's very clearly retreating to a easier argument, and it's bad faith. And I'm like, how? If you can have both positions, then you'd have to prove that he either did not have this position prior, or he only has this position when he gets pushed on this. And it was funny too, because I like just casually looked through YouTube because it was like late at night and I needed something to wind down with. And I saw that he was doing a stream on whatever. And I tuned in, like, I don't know, like not at the beginning or whatever, but, and he was going through like the panel of like, okay, is sex an obligation or not? So he was doubling down on that point, on that exact moment that I was arguing with this person about it. But yeah, I think she just hates Christians. That's the thing.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, because she brings up a Christian perspective here. Now, there's a question that's been asked on Twitter recently.
Well, I didn't mean her.
Who comes first?
I meant
your mom?
I was arguing with.
Your daughter? Huh?
I didn't mean her. I meant the person I was arguing with.
Oh, well, here, I already heard you say that.
Well, you said what? You said, huh? And I was like, okay, let me repeat it.
Okay.
N-word. I almost said it. God damn it.
You would think that RFH would share that perspective, but no. Perhaps. I don't know. It seems like it's not that case completely, because here she is using a tweet. I mean, she may be one of those people that uses Christianity against Christians when it benefits them. But here, there's a question that's been asked on Twitter recently. Who comes first? Your mom, your daughter, or your wife?
Wait, what?
Who comes first? Your mom, your daughter, or your wife?
In terms of value?
If I'm in the room, all of them. No, hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's Jesus.
Okay. Let's get real here. Let's get real here. In terms of like who will you stand by given, some sort of conflict?
I don't know. I'd have to hear what the conflict's about and who has the most retarded opinion.
But it's who comes first is a question. Like, people always say like my children come first, like above all else. Like that's a general statement. It's not like a specific question. When there's a choice to make, doesn't have, well, I guess it's a pretty generally applicable statement, this person comes first in my life. Like who goes in your, sure, let's say value.
I don't know. It would depend on a lot of factors.
As a general statement, who ought people value the most, given that these members of the family are acting as they should? And there's just, I don't know. Let's say there ends up being a conflict between them. I don't know.
Well, you can only get a certain activity with one of them. So,
hey, that's you, man.
I'm just, God damn it. Is this, you want to be that guy?
Bring them both back.
Bring all three back.
No, let's get serious, guys. I would never do that with a mom. Like my mom, nobody's mom.
I would do that with a mom.
No.
Not mine.
No mom.
I don't know if, I feel like you'd say that, but I don't know if you'd follow through on that.
You think if she's like a young mom, like 21?
I think, yeah, I think you would take that, bite the bullet on that.
How old of a woman would you sleep with?
We're talking about one time?
Yeah.
Theoretically, no, that would feel kind of weird. I guess, like, how old am I? I have to think about it. I guess, like, within the decade that I'm in. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's people that talk about like cougars and all that.
I mean, sometimes they look pretty good, bro. That's why I'm like, kind of like, yeah. Now, if you're talking about like a partner, like Jesus, you're talking about a long-term like marriage prospect or whatever, or well, you know what I mean. Then no, obviously that's not. You want like either your age or like maybe a year or two younger, or more. Not that much younger, but like within that range. But in terms of just like one and done, it really depends.
Well, here's the thing. Unrelated, but related to what we were just talking about.
And why'd you ask me?
I was just figuring that out. But point being, here's what we need to talk about. Here's what the point was the whole time. RFH says, if you're actually Christian, the answer is wife.
Yeah, I don't think that's consistent.
Because they say, you make a, what is it? What do they call it? You're like one under God. You're one flesh.
No, I don't think that's consistent.
No? It's children?
I think the children would be the logical answer in that framework.
Yeah, a lot of people said that. Somebody here said, child comes first. What is wrong with your maternal instinct? Good point. But here she says, the point of raising kids is to help them become independent adults who have families of their own. The marriage is the center of the family and why it exists in the first place.
Yes. I don't really see how that. I don't see how that
basically her
addresses
point
that point
of why you should value your wife most.
I don't see how that really applies there, though.
Basically meaning that, if you can't hold together the marriage, all else fails. I suppose is her point. She couldn't do that.
For a woman, yeah. For a guy, it doesn't. It would suck, but I mean, you can recover from that as a guy.
I mean, it's not really talking about just. I mean, in the sense of, here she's talking about that part of that is for your kids to be better. It would make the most sense to not have, I guess, not be separated So like the point being is like,
yes,
you would have to prioritize that over the kids for that to not happen, because I guess a lot of people like, you know, they'll prioritize the kids and then that'll lead to them saying like, okay, well,
I don't know if that's necessarily true though.
In what way?
Like I get the argument, but I in comparison to the alternatives, I don't know if that's really the best answer from a Christian point of view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think you know, like your kids can't do something in the same sense of being unforgivable, no? Like your wife can cheat on you.
Yeah.
Your kids can't really do that.
Yeah.
You can have a thought daughter.
Or a gay son.
Or a gay son. Is that more unforgivable than your wife cheating on you?
Now that's a good question.
No.
You say no?
I think wife cheating is more unforgivable than thought daughter.
I'd have to think about that. I'm leaning towards agreeing with you though.
We're getting to the real questions here, folks.
That's a tough question.
But see, the thing is, like your wife cheating on you, she's lost respect for you completely. I know the daughter still had to have some lack of respect or some sort of issue with you to do this, but at the same time, I don't think she has that same like lack of like, you know, feeling of love or like emotional connection necessarily.
That's a
like she still
point.
feels like, you know, like you're my father no matter what. Like, you know, I don't want you to abandon. Well, of course, the wife could also say, I don't want you to leave me over this. But the daughter, she's not trying. Like, she's not trying to tempt you to like. She could be stupid, but she's not really necessarily trying to sort of. I guess women don't really think about their actions, but I guess it's not as much of an action of thinking like I'm going to lose my father over this as I'm going to lose my husband if he finds out.
Yeah, and from the point of view of the wife, it's more of like the consequences that would happen, not so much the actual loss of the husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, I guess you're right. That makes sense.
Not that I'd want a thought daughter. I'd still have problems. You know, I don't even know if I could. You think you could bring your thought daughter to Thanksgiving?
I think it'd be better to deal with that scenario with your wife, though.
Yeah. Wait, you're not saying deal with the thought daughter?
No, I'm saying if you have a thought daughter, it would be better to deal with having a thought daughter with your wife as opposed to dealing with your wife cheating on you.
No. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that's what you were saying or if you were saying something else.
No, yeah.
There,
as soon as I said it, I realized it could be misinterpreted.
No, but actually I do agree with that too. I mean, like, I'd rather and that's kind of why I was thinking like that's kind of why I was thinking of the who comes first thing could be interpreted as possibly, I don't know, because it's not like really the same thing that your daughter's doing to you, but at the same time it's like, who would I rather have to deal with like that like sort of like disconnect from or sort of like separating from? You know, it's like, I don't know, man. Like you would kind of be, would you be more devastated? That's what we were just talking about. Would you be more devastated if your wife cheated on you or for your daughter was a thought? And so it sounds like, if anything, your wife cheating on you is worse. So at that point, wouldn't your wife come first before your daughter? But then again, if your wife cheated, you would be willing to just leave her. The daughter, you'd want to work that out perhaps, because you have love for your daughter still.
I think the working it out with the daughter would be an easier task.
With or without the wife?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess it does. Your wife doesn't really come first, right? Because then it's like, you know, it's easier for her to split ways. It's easier for her to get you to split ways with her.
No, what I'm saying is it would be much more of a hurdle to deal with the wife being being unfaithful as opposed to dealing with the daughter being in that scenario. So therefore, it'd be preferable of those scenarios to deal with the children getting screwed up as opposed to your wife.
Yeah, but my point was that like it would be easier. I think that if anything lends to the point that like the children come first, because it's like you're more willing to deal with something that your child could ever do to you to like make you feel a certain way. And then like you would be less willing to leave your kid or sort of like abandon your kid over something like that compared to your wife who you would rather leave over it. So I think if anything, in both scenarios or both points, it kind of lends to the idea that your kids do come first.
I don't know. I think that's a product of the nature of the roles they fill. Not
but at the same time, it's like,
because the options that a wife would have to do you harm are much worse than the options that your children will ever have.
Yeah. I guess it's not really a matter of like, because you would say like which one would be easier to deal with. I don't think that really makes it to where it's more of like a would you rather, like which one would you rather happen to you, but not really like which one do you care more about, because both are still doing something that would bother you. But it's not that you care more about your wife and that's why you don't want her to cheat on you. Right?
My argument is basically that I'm never going to figure out what that word is. The issue involving the wife would be much more of a blow.
Yeah.
Than the children.
But that doesn't.
Therefore, the wife should come first from a practicality point of view.
Yeah, but I guess the point would be where I'm seeing this is like when you say who comes first, like, can you really say your wife comes first if there's more of a likelihood that you would leave her over something than your daughter?
I could argue that would actually strengthen my argument.
Because you care more about what she does.
Mm-hmm.
But when I think about who comes first, I'm thinking like, whose side are you sticking by through thick and thin, you know?
Well, that's a different question entirely. That would depend on the context.
I guess these are just two different questions that you can't necessarily like put together in one question like that, you know?
Because I don't really I don't really believe in the whole blind loyalty. So this question doesn't even really apply to me.
Exactly, because it's very situational regardless.
Yeah.
Like you can't really like, yeah, and I think that's the conclusion we're coming to, honestly, from the it being inherently a scenario thing. You know, like we can't even get to the point where we can make a decisive answer here because of that.
Yeah, this is why it would only really make sense in a worldview where you have a determined outcome based on doctrine or something like that.
Which I mean, that's not completely like, you know, against the like Christian perspective, you know.
Right. That's
I guess
why
that would kind of, yeah,
in a Christian perspective, but it wouldn't really make sense if you're a consequentialist.
Right. Yeah. Good point. Good point. So yeah, I don't know. There was another tweet. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. It was about men's mental health. I don't know if you've seen this.
I have not.
Okay. So I'm going to have to find that because it could be interesting for us to talk about.
Doom scrolling on Twitter more again. I used to do it more often
than Instagram, right? Because Instagram is just kind of meaningless garbage. Twitter has intellectual conversations that make you think.
It really does. There's so much more valuable shit on Twitter.
I think I'm going to have to get rid of Instagram completely.
I'm not going to go that far.
Oh, I found
you kind of need Instagram at this point.
Yeah, you do. Okay, here we go. On our True Off My Chest, Kamikaze X says men's mental health still isn't taken seriously. And so, of course, this has to be one where the man is 1 year younger than the woman. It always turns out like the man is a year or two younger than the woman on these things. Like, what the hell? Well, I know why that is. But yeah, it's like, dude, are these guys... I guess it's a state of desperate times, you know, call for desperate measures, I suppose. But, you know, they're always ending up every time you see a problem online. It's like somehow it's always ending up whenever the guy has a problem with something, especially it's like the guy is 1 year younger. Whenever the woman has a problem, it doesn't really matter as much the age. Right.
I don't understand how, like, even without knowing the actual consequences of what this could lead to on a psychological level, like when I heard if I was like younger and I heard like a girl was older than me, that's kind of like a red flag right there, even before I take into account any other thing.
For sure.
I thought that was like automatic, basically.
Dude, if she's older than you, if she's taller than you, if she's like, whenever you would see like, a woman in some sort of job like doctor or something, it's like this woman has a husband, like, it would always strike you like male nurse. What the hell? Stuff like that. I'm serious. I remember there was these two kids. They had a dad who was a male nurse. I was like, men can be nurses? What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I thought the same thing too.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? And so
I had to try and explain to those people in that server what the issue is with like women that are chronically in the gym. Like they didn't get it.
It's a shame. Yeah. But yeah, like a woman being more muscular than the guy, like,
It's gross.
These are all things in which you would think of a guy being in that situation. And so, and this is what women actually kind of, just in general expect from men, right? They want them to have all these things above them, if anything. Even if they have those things, they want a man with more. They want a man to be taller than them still. They want a man to be, making more money than them still, even if they're making a big income. They still want guys to be doing all this over them, even if they do accomplish things because they're told they have to. But they still want guys that do more because they can't respect guys that are doing so much less. Maybe some things, you could get a little bit past, like, if it's a small height difference or something, but if you're like way shorter or something, or, way,
I don't know. I don't think the height difference can be overcome. I think it's
at all.
You're fucked. You've got to be taller than her.
I could see that.
Age? No, I don't think you can get past that either.
I don't know.
Age and height are the two big ones.
It depends. I don't know if age completely. I think if you've had enough life experience as a guy, you could kind of make up for it.
But then why would you want that?
Why would you want to? Level? Because you really just don't have anything else. Frankly. I'm not saying it's the right decision. I'm just saying that's probably what happens.
At that point, you're pretty fucked.
I think most guys go into situations. This is a lot of guys that are in relationships today. They're in relationships with women that, you'd point these flaws out because of, and it's because they don't really have anybody else to go with. It's not, the options really aren't there for them. Yeah, there's a very much, winner takes all kind of thing here. And
that's why I'll say, like, if you're talking about like a one and done type thing, then yeah, age is less of a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Upward age is less of a factor. You got to be specific with this kind of shit. No Diddy. But like if you're talking about like a long-term relationship, it's like you're building the coffin before you're laying in it, basically.
Yeah, actually. It's hard to it seems like it's hard for these people to recognize, but let's read this to see what we have here. So this guy says, let me see, is it up? Yeah, it's up. Okay. Yeah, it's up. This guy says, whenever and he's a 37-year-old male partner, she's a 38-year-old female, is a little down or upset or whatever, I'll give her a hug, ask her what I can do, make her a cup of tea, whatever, no prompting, just do. Told my partner, well, you love how it's phrased, don't you? How I feel particularly low today, to the point I don't want to wake up anymore. Her reply, what am I meant to do with that information? I was just speechless.
This guy's fucked.
Yeah, you don't tell the person. You don't tell the person that traditionally relies on you that you are a provider for, that there's something wrong with you. Unless it's like, unless she can actually do something about that, like you immediately need to be driven to the hospital and you can't yourself right now. I can't see many other situations where you'd want to do that other than this. But unless you're at the brink of death or something, or you're seriously injured, like I don't see why because I think like the whole like mental health thing or like depression or whatever, it frames it, or not really frames itself, but I guess like the way it's perceived, especially, is that it's a long-term thing. It's not like this is just like, like this is a one-time, like, I'm sick, like I feel a cold coming on, this is like overall state of your well-being. This is overall like, it's like saying you have, it's more akin to saying you have like an illness that is like chronic, that cancer. Like, yeah, well, yeah, okay. But maybe like diabetes you know?
I've got Malkinson. I got diabetes.
This is more like saying you have diabetes. Like, the way it's going to be perceived is that like this is something you have that's going to be a major inconvenience to me, and like I wasn't the one who was, you know, initially told that I was going to be the one that has to deal with these sorts of things. So, you know, I don't like this. And that, I feel like that's probably how she reacted to this, because she said, what am I meant to do with that information? You know, sure, like, you know, it would be good to have like, you know, some support there if this guy really is feeling this way. But first of all, you need to, like, you know, Pete, you need to go eat some proper food and stop eating PUFAs and all that. But, you know, also just fix things in your environment that are messing you up as well. But obviously people don't think straight to that. They think something's wrong with me, something's imbalanced in me, and it's unfixable unless I take these SSRIs. And so, you know, here we are in this situation where you have a guy telling a woman, oh, I don't feel so good. And it's not even a one-time thing. So here now, she's going to think that, you know, this guy's kind of weak. I mean, that's just frankly how it is. I mean, maybe the guy is feeling down. Maybe there are times where you do feel down, even if you're, I mean, for the most part, healthy. Maybe there is just I mean, you feel a little tired maybe one day, you didn't get enough sleep. Like there might be something that kind of slipped up or something, or maybe there is some sort of stress you're dealing with because of something that like kind of wasn't in your control, like, you know, some sort of death or some sort of, you know, like something, you know, there are instances where there can be something that, you know, you get hit with and you're not really prepared, I guess. But even so, you know, you don't really want to be like that. You don't really want to be like that to somebody. Of like, here's the caption from Bad Billy Pratt. He says, you got to keep that to yourself, cowboy. You know, it's the whole thing of like how women are saying like, oh, it's okay for a guy to cry in front of me, right? It's not. they don't mean that. They say it. They think they mean it. Maybe they don't mean it.
Do you think subconsciously they know they don't want to see that, but they want to say that so that if a weak man believes it, they can weed them out?
Part of it's probably, it could be a shit test. It could be. There are other instances in which they do stuff like that. I mean, that's the whole point of a shit test. It could be. I don't know. On the other hand, it could be that they're sort of told that you're supposed to think this way about sex and like, or, you know, like the sexes, that, you know, there's no difference between them, and thus there shouldn't be any problem with a man being vulnerable. And then once you see it, it just sort of switches, it flips a switch in you as a woman. It could be that.
Yeah, that's probably more.
I think it's probably the latter.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are women that would, I mean, if they know how to shit test, because they do, eventually if they see it enough, once the switch has been flipped and they're very turned off by it, maybe in the future they would keep saying it to get guys to do it, to see if they do. I wouldn't be surprised at that, but as like one that has not seen it before, I would probably say it's the latter.
Yeah. I was going to say, even if you are even if you're feeling like just like kind of out of it, like tired for like just for the day or whatever, don't tell her that. That's a really bad idea.
Go in your car. Don't even take a nap at home. Go in your car, go somewhere else and take a nap. Women don't even like seeing men take naps, bro. Yeah, like, I'm serious. Like they think it's weak.
I mean, it's a sign that you have low energy. So yeah. I
mean, it's possible you didn't sleep well the night before and you do need a nap, and it can be very beneficial for you to take a nap. Actually, like it can recover your energy. You may feel really refreshed after. You may only need a half-hour nap. Sometimes I feel really tired. If I take a half-hour nap after like a not so great night's sleep, I feel refreshed. All I need is like a half hour.
You could use like a stimulant, like Red Bull.
Yeah, Red Bull. But yeah, no, I mean B3, it would help. Sometimes, you know, it does just feel good to just take a nap. I mean, it really just can feel refreshing. You might need that. Or aspirin and coffee. Aspirin and coffee, like together, I've like done that before, and it's like, dude, it's something else. I guess you could do Red Bull and aspirin. I guess you could just do Red Bull and aspirin.
It's safer.
But there's something about it, you know, it's just the caffeine and the aspirin. It just like synergizes. And I feel like, I guess you're just reaping all the benefits of the caffeine because the aspirin is lowering any sort of like cortisol that you get from the caffeine, which milk does too, milk and sugar, which is why black coffee wouldn't be as beneficial. It'll actually like tank your testosterone if you do it too much.
You get a Spanish coffee where they load that shit up with a ton of cream and sugar, put some Red Bull in it, and take an aspirin.
Oh, you'd feel like magic. I'm sure I would, dude. I'd feel like magic after that. I'd feel like magic.
Shit.
That'd probably be better than a nap. But sometimes it's just like nap just feels like the easiest thing to do. But honestly, again, just get in your car, go somewhere and take a nap somewhere else, man. I think you should. I think like because Kevin Samuels told women, or he told what did he say? I don't think he was telling women that actually. I think he was just telling the guys that. He's like, guys, like what you need to do, don't be at home all day. Even if you like have like a job where you don't go into an office, like rent out a space or something. Like just have somewhere to go so you're not around all the time.
Yeah, even like there's like this YouTubers I watch where their main thing is like being a YouTuber and like showing off like guitar gear and shit, like doing like band stuff. And they have separate studios. They're not doing it at their house, which is beneficial for like their wives that are just at home. It gets you out of the house. The idea of getting you out of the house is just, there's something about it that's psychologically very beneficial for preserving your marriage.
Mm-hmm. For sure. She likes seeing that. It makes it seem like you're like, because if you're at home all day, she thinks you're doing nothing. Even if you are doing something. Like if you, yeah. Well,
if you're gonna be at home all day.
I actually saw a post from like those dead bedroom, like that dead bedroom subreddit. And there was one where it was like a guy where he had like a dead bedroom with his wife. And like pretty much there was one morning where like she was actually like into, for the first time in some time, like into doing it with him, because he was getting ready to like go to work. And then what he said, he was like so happy about it that he called in sick from work right before he did her, came to tell her that he did that. And then she was like completely out of it again. So he wasted a sick day, wasted that opportunity to be with her, all because bro could not understand the psychology that was going on at that point.
He could have taken the sick day, fucked her, and then just went anywhere else.
Yes, that would be actually the most genius thing to do.
Or if he can do it twice, and then be like, hold on, I gotta go. I'm gonna be late, and then go anywhere else.
Go to a strip club after. No, but seriously, like, I mean, well, anyway, point being, seriously, like, you cannot be doing this, man. You cannot be like giving her, honestly, don't try and do everything you can, to basically service her is the point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even that first part where he was talking about hugging her from behind and asking her whatever, that shit was hilarious. You don't fucking do that.
Yeah, it's better than the other thing.
Yeah, but like he's already starting off of a very weak hand there.
Yeah, it's quite the game. It's quite the game, guys out there.
Game is game.
Game is game. Game is game. Game is game. And so let's see what we got here. Was there anything else on your mind right now?
Not anything I could talk about publicly.
Let's see. Oh, are you familiar with Tyler, the Creator? You are.
Unfortunately.
Right. So he dropped a new album just recently. I've been seeing that, like, he's been promoting his music and stuff. And everybody's talking about it, they're like, oh my God, he's dropping a new album. It's so experimental. Like, it's so different. From what I heard, I didn't listen to the actual album. Yeah. From what I heard, and first of all, I actually used to like his music back in, I want to say before, like probably around 2017 and before, probably around 2018. Around that time, before these new albums that he's dropped that are kind of, how do I put it? Fruit of the loom, let's say. Anyway, point being here, I heard some of the snippets from what he was promoting. First of all, it sounds like he hasn't even changed his sound. It's still kind of just what he's been doing before. It's not really experimental as people want to call it. He has sort of like a voice that honestly, like when he tries singing, because he didn't try doing as much singing back in the day. He tried doing more like, rapping and stuff and whatever, but he didn't do as much with the singing. It doesn't sound good. He doesn't have a good voice, a good singing voice. It's good when he didn't do that. And now it's just like he has like an annoying kind of whiny tone, and he throws so much random shit in. He wants to seem experimental and quirky and unique, and it just comes off as a mess. And frankly, he also just has some bars that make me think, beyond just the actual I like men stuff. It's he has bars where he talks about like he doesn't care about body count. And this is like he's said this already probably like the past 2 albums he said that same line. And the guy who is bisexual that we were talking about earlier, actually, when I was talking about body count in this Discord, like saying it's, a negative thing to have a high body count, he was like, oh, Siri, play this song that he rapped, the first one he did where he's like, I don't care about body count and all that. And I was just like, dude, seriously. But yeah, his music is at this point, I mean, like, honestly, it makes sense why I liked it more, despite all this new stuff that he has incorporated, and he wasn't like out back in the day. But it makes sense why I liked it more when I was a teenager as opposed to now. The same thing with JPEG Mafia. I don't know how familiar you are with JPEG Mafia, but they're angsty a little bit, like, JPEG especially, but Tyler still. They're angsty. They have this sense of like they want you to feel like you're rebellious. It's like you're young and you're wild and you don't like the
and you're free.
Yeah, well, the song, but you basically, it's a very iconoclast sort of mindset. And he even says something negative about traditions in his recent album too. Literally like saying like he doesn't like traditions and stuff. And, it's literally just like an iconoclast genre of music, it's iconoclast the album,
See, this is why I'm on the upswing, because I don't listen to anything that's even remotely mainstream anymore. Well, remotely mainstream, sure, but like there's nothing explicitly political or value judgment based in the music anymore.
I'll stand by Kanye until the day I die.
Yeah, I'm really upset that you're going to do that. He's funny. I'll give you that. But I mean, yeah.
But aside from that, I've fallen out of interest with these sorts of like figures. I mean, like I can sit there and listen to some of the more stuff that I didn't even used to like as much, like some of these rappers that they're just talking about like drugs and women and stuff, and it's not like, they're not like yelling and stuff on their tracks, but they're just more like, it's not too much mumble either, but they're not really like emotional. They're just kind of rapping about their life and like saying like, oh, I do these cool things. Like I can tolerate it. Compared to the ones where it's like the sad boy emo or like the sort of ones that want to seem like these like unique ones, the edgy, like sort of edgy, sort of unique, sort of, I want to be creative, everybody's so creative,
Let's get creative.
Those people I used to listen to. I don't like them anymore. I don't like listening to that sort of music I used to. Now I can tolerate more of what the sort of normies of rap actually like, to an extent, depending on what the rap is. Some of it sounds ridiculous, like Kendrick. Some of the stuff he does sounds ridiculous. But the stuff where they're not doing goofy voices and the beats are just kind of like a slight dark trap beat, and it's like a guy that actually takes himself serious to an extent.
Passion fruit.
Huh?
Passion fruit.
Yeah, not Drake. See, not Drake, not Kendrick. I'm thinking like maybe some of what 21 Savage does, some of what Travis Scott does, Future. Those I can listen to. I can listen to those. I used to not be able to as much. Like it used to be more like I really wasn't interested at all in listening to that kind of stuff. I can listen to that more than I can listen to this other stuff now, because that other stuff is garbage.
Well, while I'm not a connoisseur of the darker, aesthetically speaking, darker, physically speaking, musical genres.
Melanated music.
Melanated music, yeah. I love that that's alliteration too. That makes it so much better. I've had a similar trend in no, because I never really got into that. But in like electronic music, yeah, I used to be into a lot more alt stuff where they kind of dance around. Like I used to listen to Grimes and shit like that, and now she's kind of. I was gonna say something that would have fucked us up. She's not good. Value judgment wise, and even like Crystal Castles has they got problems. But it's not necessarily explicit in the actual music. It's like the background stuff. Whereas like stuff like Grimes, even stuff like I can't think of any other artists like that actually. That's how far removed I am from it now. But yeah, that shit. I don't listen to that shit anymore. Then I listen to the more, I guess you could call mainstream electronic stuff now, which is way better because I don't have to listen to some fucking broad moaning on it the entire time. Jesus. I don't know how the fuck Musk dealt with that shit.
You know, apparently she said in regards to her pregnancy, when she got pregnant, she became less gay.
Who would have thought? Jesus. She's Ukrainian, by the way. That has no bearing on anything. I just thought I'd mention it. There was like one anecdote when I was like reading up on her a while back where she said like she went into a studio or whatever to record one of her albums, and like one of the like audio engineers was like trying to show her how to work the synthesizer or whatever, how to produce. And she's like said how like, well, I know what I'm doing. I know how to do this. Like I've done this before. And she got like all bitchy about it because of that. Some guy was trying to help her show her what to do, even though it's his fucking job to do that. Oh my God. It was funny too, because when I first read that, like fucking 8 years ago or something like that, I was like, oh wow, that's horrible. And now I'm looking back at it, I'm just like, you know that one meme I sent a while back where it's like the guy in the office is like, first woman to, and he's just like like passed out in his chair. That's the reaction I have to that shit now.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah. I really wish you weren't into the melanated music. But you know, baby steps.
That's how I feel watching female comedians.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. That Ryan Gosling sent me a video of this one. What did she say? It was something about intellectual men being into small tits, and then like something about how like I forgot what the joke was, honestly, but it was boring as shit. And she was so like bitchy, you know? They always are.
Yeah.
The only one that we've watched that has ever been of some substance was that Leonardo Joni chick, but she thinks like a man.
Yeah. She was all right.
I'm just saying, compared to every other female comedian I've ever seen, she's bearable.
You know, it's funny
because like threshold.
Even in Always Sunny, when they had that episode where Dee was a comedian, like all she was doing was talking about her vagina the entire time and how much she sucked. So it's like, yeah, even in a fictional perspective, they can't make them funny.
What are they even to talk about? Other than just being racist. I mean, like, that's all they can do. That's what Leonardo Joni does, and that's why she's like the bearable one.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
That's what you tell your wife instead of bitching about how you don't feel good.
How'd you feel today, honey? Yeah. How was work today? Yeah. I mean, it's all right.
Oh, man. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. I think I'd just start cracking up as soon as I say it.
It'd make you happy. If you're having a bad day, do it, and it'll make you happy.
It does. It works. There's like one time I was like coming back from class or whatever, and I just randomly started thinking of some like kind of like meta question or whatever in my head, and I was just like, yeah. And I started fucking dying. Oh, man.
What are you, Liam Payne?
There is a surprisingly dense amount of memes about Liam Payne.
Right?
Like what's instantly. It's crazy. The one rave guy we know, like 90% of what he sends me on Instagram is fucking Liam Payne.
How?
I don't know. I can't even find them on my feed.
Oh, I find
He's
them on
got
my
them.
feed every once in a while.
Oh man, it's either that or like 9/11. Those are the two.
Did you hear how like apparently he had that like pink cocaine in his system, which is like a mix of ketamine and ecstasy, and it has to do with like something that was popular at the Diddy parties?
I heard about it because I forget how I mentioned it. I think I was like with my family earlier today, and my sister brought it up, and I was like, "What? Pink cocaine? What does that have to do with what I just said?" Because I guess I mentioned Liam Payne or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, because I was talking about cocaine. And she's brought up that Liam Payne shit. Fucking Kendrick. It's so perfect. It's such like he's got a fucking reference for everything.
Mm-hmm.
I hear gyat.
Sounded like Seth Rogen.
I can't even do the Seth Rogen laugh. But no, that's too hardy.
I think he sounds like that.
But anyway, nah. Well, kind
Sometimes
of.
he
Yeah.
does.
No, I see what you mean. What you mean.
He sounds a little bit more like nasally, I would say.
Yeah. You gotta up the Jew.
Oh,
that's too much. But she brought that up, so now I have like a slight correlation with pink cocaine and that, but I don't know what the story is. When you said that, I was thinking of like the clip of Peter where he's like, "Oh, and I hate."
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, like pink cocaine, it's deceptive because you would think it's like cocaine, and it's an upper, but it's laced with ketamine and
That's a shame. You know what's the stigma with stimulants? Like why are depressants the thing that's like so popular and like it's accepted, and those are the things that are being legalized, like weed. But then
I know why.
Yeah, but then the stimulants, the things that make you think more, things that give you more energy, they're like they don't want you to have those. You know,
they don't.
It's a shame. It's a real shame.
Well, I mean, you can't have a functioning society with those uppers.
Oh yeah, no, we need depressants. That's how you have a functioning society.
We need people jumping off of buildings. That's preferable to having people think.
Okay. That was pretty good though. That was pretty good. I don't know, man. The fucking I forgot if I when I was saying this, the day, like I think this had to be like the day after or something. I don't know if it was right around there. Ryan Gosling, he sends me and I say it like I know the actual Ryan Gosling. Of course I do. He was on our show. He sends me the like Liam Pump. It's like the AI Fortnite the day after. And I was like, dude, like what happened? Like I didn't even know what happened yet. And so people were saying like having this like is crazy, like the day after and shit, like, you know, no, you didn't even let him get cold or nothing. And I saw like more of it in my feed. I'm like, what happened? Okay, this can't be a coincidence. What happened to this guy? And I figure, oh wow, this actually happened. I just thought people hated Liam Payne, you know? I really just thought at first that people didn't like him.
No, yeah, it took me a while to figure out. I mean, he kind of, I don't know. I don't follow these fucking
boy
bands.
The first meme I saw, I can't remember if that was the first meme I saw, the Liam Pump one or what. I think that might have, I don't know if that was the second, and that's what caused the trigger in my mind to realize. But I remember seeing the first one and thinking, I thought this person just really hates Liam Payne. Oh yeah, because it was like the that's the first one I saw, the Miles Morales, where he like jumps out of the window, like his back facing the ground. It's like me with the last 5 seconds of my brain switch with Liam Payne's. And yeah, so that's the first one I saw. I was like, oh, somebody really hates Liam Payne. I can't believe that. Like, you know, I mean, I could believe it, but it's like, why him specifically? What does he have to do with anything? And so I thought, you know, One Direction girls just annoyed somebody enough to do that. And then I see that Liam Pump thing, and I'm like, oh, it all makes sense now. Because the Fortnite one, I think I actually took his like serious lore. I sort of like went like, well, they only usually really do this about real life events and just make fun of them.
He did go in one direction.
Yeah.
Maybe not the one he was thinking of, but
yeah. When did he do this? That was this month?
What?
He did that this month? That was this month still?
Know, man. I think
Time goes weird.
Right?
Yeah.
I totally forgot it was October until like a week ago.
Yeah. A week ago. I thought it was like, I'm like, shit, August was 2 months ago? Almost 3?
Yeah, we're getting into a jolly time soon.
That's good. I like jolly time.
I do enjoy jolly time.
It brings out the best. But some people get like seasonal affective disorder and stuff because they don't get as much sunlight. So they call it that.
I heard of that. I think I had that. Well, I convinced myself.
I think I had that at one point too, or at least same. Like, I mean, it's not really like a specific thing that you just get out of nowhere, but it's more so like, probably the sunlight you're not getting, like having to do with energy and all that. I've felt that before, where it's like I feel like not as energetic at the winter time, and then it starts to feel like a little depressing. And I'm like, what the hell is this? This doesn't feel right. I should like Christmas, So I was like,
yeah.
That lasted probably like a year or two, and then I just felt better after that. I started getting sun again.
Yep.
Now I feel good at the jolly time. Like last year, I felt great.
Last year on Christmas Day, that was probably like the happiest day of my whole year. Yeah. I felt it was like a Christmas miracle. The amount of jolliness I felt. Oh my God! I made a great breakfast. I was like sending happy Merry Christmas to like everybody I knew. It was such a great day.
Kick that naughty Grinch off the sleigh. That made my Christmas.
That was a pretty great meme.
Yeah. All right. Oh shit. We've been going for 3 hours, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you know? That's a long ass time to be podcasting, guys. I don't even know if we've had. Have we even had an episode this long?
I don't think we have.
Well, I mean, if the record's broken, that's pretty good. Well, anyway, guys.
Maybe one of the Papa John episodes.
Yeah.
I think that one went to like
that one was pretty long. I don't know if we hit 4 hours.
No, we didn't. We didn't hit 4 hours, but I think we did hit 3 and some change.
Okay. Well, anyway, I think this is where we should wrap it up at this point. I need to get going, but good stuff. We're gonna be out this weekend, guys. We're not gonna tell you where, but we'll tell you after when we're back. We'll let you know. And what do you have, Greg?
We'll have tales to tell.
Indeed, we will, guys. Glad you came in, Humvee. It's not cool. I don't know who that is, or CN Cartwright. Cartwright. I don't know who you are either, but you guys are pretty cool for hanging out. Looks like we still have somebody in here. But anyway, have a good night, guys. We will see you later on the podcast.
The podcast ever.
The podcast ever. The podcast ever.